Hello, and welcome, Chatfish, to I Wanna Huggy That Gator, a game about dinosaurs and a game about scaliism. Here, we're gonna get saucy. We're gonna get dirty. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, here we go, chat. You paid for it, and yet again, here I am playing another weird game. The things we do for make money, chat. I swear to God. I wanna huggy that gator. Well, isn't that animated? So I don't know anything about this. That's the extent of my knowledge, so let's get started. I have no knowledge. It's a visual novel, so here we go. A lot of rating, here we go. September 4th. Year 201 M. 2023 BC. Amid the arid heat of the morning sun of Volcaldera Bluffs. I feel like I've read this before somewhere. I can't help but miss living in... Reading, come on. I literally narrate for partially a living here. Come on. I can't help but miss living in the more temperate weather of the Midwest. Summer sleeves are in style this year. That jacket's aroma, blog better be right. This suede thing is killing me. Well, at least it's guaranteed to start getting chillier in a few weeks. Besides, I'm sure to make an impression with this Abercrombie and Flint is all the rage these days. I feel like this is more of that high school Volcano High, like, trend that was kind of popular for a while. Everyone was shitting all over. But let's see, where were we? Welcome to the stream, Type Zeta. Will there be a finishing of Area 51 someday? If Chatfish show interest in finishing it, I'm not entirely sure we'll actually go back to it. I think we kind of saw everything there was to see. Bonzen, welcome to stream. Kao Kitsune. It's not like we haven't beaten it before either. Sturmat says it's also had Svenska there. What? Sturmat, are you schizo posting? Chatfish are not entirely sure what's happening. I sigh and lean back in the hard plastic seating of the metro. I'm on my way to my first day in a new school. Ordinarily, I'd just be glued to my phone on the trip, but there's just too much on my mind right now. My folks' sitch requires us to move frequently, which gives me little time to fit in. Much like how a rolling stone gathers no moss, I could never make a friend I'd keep for longer than a year. Just a lot of promises to keep in touch that petered off within months. Admittedly, it's my fault in the end, but that's all going to change starting today. I'm going into senior year now. It's my very last chance to prepare for the world ahead. Luckily for me, the cards are stacked in my favor. I feel around my backpack for my DSLR till my fingers can absent-mindedly fiddle with the mode dial. St. Hammond High School is extremely well known for their artist curriculum. In other words, I'll be surrounded by people who share my interests, even if it's a bit of a ride away. Speaking of rides, I was hoping that my parents could drive me there today, but the time I was up, though they already left for work. No big deal. I like the hustle and bustle of public transportation. I imagine I'm going to have to get used to it this anyway. Reading is not my strong suit, chat. I may be a writer, but good lord, I cannot read. I play some Swedish? I don't think so, Chatfish. Welcome to the stream, Trusty and Sternrat. As time passes, my mind wanders to memories of previous schools. They all sucked. Hey, I need to make the most of the situation I'm in. Not get all sad like this. I need to do something like... take a selfie with the hobo next to me. I won't get stabbed. Get up and breathe in the fresh city air. Remain seated and do nothing. Wuss. Oh my god, chat. Decisions. What will my little chatfishies decide? Will they take a selfie? Chat? It's so you to take pictures of yourself, your cute little chatfish bodies. Get up and breathe the fresh air, Mr. Freeman, or remain seated. in the froggy chair. You must decide, chat. I don't know what these decisions mean or entail, but they could be big, and honestly, I don't quite care if they are big. They're always big when chatfish are the ones deciding. It's true. So, chat, what'll it be? Will we take a selfie? Will we get up and breathe in the fresh air, Mr. Freeman? Or will we sit in our froggy chair and, do nothing but twiddle our, fiddlesticks, so to speak? Chatfish are just pondering. Kib should play this in Swedish. Hustle and bustle, says Stone Age. Hustle and bustle you. I'll hustle you, you little chatfish. You little goobsters. Like, thank you, Kib. We like being called goobsters. Goobsters makes us quite happy. Well, chat, I don't know how you feel, but here we are yet again, unable to really discern what we're going to be doing next. Is what it is. I was typing how much to play this in Svenska, but it seems to be mostly text-based, so while hilarious, no one would understand. Yes, that would be hilarious, and indeed nobody would understand. We should probably read it in English. Alright, chat, as it stands, taking a selfie is in the lead at 71%, while getting up for a breath of fresh air or remaining in our froge chair is at the whopping 14%. Quite a landslide there, chat, which means that we're more than likely going to be taking a selfie. It's what the kids like to do these days, so why not grab a picture and sit tight, little chatfish. Make sure you say cheese and show me those big old chatfish teethies. Daryl's like, Wani! Screams. Alright, no contestation. Chatfish have decided in favor of le selfie. Take a selfie with the hobo next to me. I won't get stabbed. I'm interrupted by the ding of the terminal board and the car gradually coming to a stop. I step off the metro, heading out of the station as I follow a few other students, heading towards the school. Oddly enough, I'm only seeing dinosaur students. Not another human to be seen anywhere. Must be one of those dino-heavy regions, Well, the crime statistics, chatfish. Like, whoa! 13% in all. There's a lot of greenery here as well. You'd almost forget how close we are to a major city. The pathways leads to a stone bridge that goes over a small creek. As I walk across, I notice other students meet in pairs and walk with each other. The air begins to fill with the sounds of laughter and stories of how their summer break went. Ah, there it is. The school peeks out over the trees ahead of me, as though inspecting and welcoming me inside. St. Hammond High, my new home away from home for the next year. I stop to take a deep breath. That's what I'm talking about. Oxygen. The air here is crisp, reminding me of an old campground I went to back in the elementary school. Once again, I'm handed an opportunity to make something of myself. I'm apprehensive, but hopeful. It's my last shot at this. There's no going back. I take my first step onwards. Here we go again. Plap, plap. Hey, it's me, generic fucking dude. Students mill about the front yard. The school is known for its heavily prioritized art programs. Over 2/3 of the graduates end up pursuing a career in the arts. And while half of them regret it from what I've read, there's still plenty that made it right. It's also the management's claim to fame, with the facade on the front entrance being dominated by a vibrant mural. I got a good feeling about this place. A few students eyeball me as I continue walking in, some friends whispering to each other, "That goddamn filthy monkey. Oh my god, racism, chat. Welcome to the stream, little Arthurfish. May you be good and lemony. Lord Inquisitor, can I pet the dog? There is no dog for petting, chatfish. You must sit there and wiggle your fins ever so gently, but not too gently. I just knew this jacket would pay off. The kids are talking about my new red jacket. The front doors are popped wide open, and I already feel the cool breeze inviting me in. Inside, it's familiar yet brand new sight. It's a brand new sight. Ooh. Oh my god, look at those dinosaurs. I hadn't mentioned it yet, but this school is also unique for its student body. It's composed almost entirely of dinosaurs, all manner of saurian herbivores and otherwise. Scales, feathers, tails, is that a tether? Wings, talons, and webbed hands. Not to even mention the colors, all vibrant enough to challenge the bright murals on the school outside. Dozens of students march about, reconnecting with past friends and meeting new ones, and having violent arguments in the background as Malfoy, or not Malfoy, friggin' what's that kid's name from Dexter's Laboratory? Mandark. There's Mandark right there. Oh my god, that's Dexter! No way, chat bros, those are references! She's got some Audio Technicas going there, and we got some dinosaur looking at her trophies like, hell yeah, look at those perka titties, chat, holy shit. And wow, we got some overgrowth up here, you know, that's not good. That's not good. Some anxiously glance at their schedules, checking every door as though they were numbered at random. I probably shouldn't be standing here staring. Whoa, is that a human? Says the dinosaurs. Whoa, oh. I'm soon surrounded and overrun by a crowd of neon-colored teenagers. Clearly my jacket is working like a charm. Wow, he's like a life-size mannequin. Hey, new kid. Is this what it's like to be popular? I really wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly. A few students are taking pictures with their phones. I even see some with sketchbooks, pens in hands, rapidly scribbling on pages. Wow, a human? Are you like a foreign exchange student? In the chaos, I feel a few people touch my hands. Whoa, human skin feels so weird. Geez, a bit uncalled for. As flattering as this is, the attention is ask them to back off a bit, or go along with the flow. What do we do, chat? You're gonna have to guide us through this uncertain time in our lives. Do we ask them to back off, or go with the flow? Could we be about to be bullied? Am I overthinking this, chat? Are they gonna molest us? In the hallway, you know, as you do in dinosaur schools. What is this with kids and weird school games lately? Chat paid for it! It's not because it's me, it's because they funded it. You paid the big bucks, you get what you pay for, chat. Kibbs likes being molested by Scalies. I don't know about that, Trusty. I think I detest the idea. Stormrat says, but yeah, thanks to Arthur. Thanks, Arthur. Oh, he's thinking him? That's exactly the engine I was thinking. What? What did Arthur say? Let's go back up. He says that Arthur smells like French fries. Damn. See, I can't believe I said that. How does it differ from the other Scalie school games you played? Motherfucker, I only played one other one. Actually, two, technically. Fuck, you guys just keep funding these things. You guys are crazy. I know the game you were thinking about, too. Fucking goddamn it. Somebody squeeze him. Yes, become Scaly Kips. Well, currently, chat, 56% of the bucket have deemed that backing off is the only adequate solution to this problem, while a meager 44% of you believe that we should go with the flow. What do you think, chat? Does anybody want to contest this? You have 60 seconds to do so. If not, forever hold your peace, and we'll ask them to back off ever so slightly. What do you think, chat? Chat's not sure. Chat's not positive. Chat's not sure what they're doing. They're indecisive. Yet again, they don't even know. Typical dinosaur fishies. I always knew it. You guys are kind of weird. I knew it. Well, it appears that there's no further contention. Chat has chosen for no molestation, which is a good thing. I don't want to be molested as much as the next guy. Chat says, back off. Give me some space, please. That is what we're going to do, chat. Get these dinosaurs out of here. I'm not racist. I just don't like scales. Oh, it's not that bad. There's so much happening. And I don't want to be a party pooper. What, really? A few more people shout at me to get my attention. My decisions didn't even matter! Hey, could you look over there for a side profile? Oh man, this will be good for reference material. Wait, I need to get a better look at the skin texture. I once again find myself frozen, only muttering quietly as I hastily try to follow their instructions. Eventually, all the Saurians take their photos and talk themselves out before dispersing back to their own friend groups. By the time I recover from the shock of the situation, the last one breaks off and I find myself seemingly all alone again. Oh, that was my chance to socialize. And it passed us by. I blew it. You're human, right? A Triceratops girl leans forward, scanning me up and down. This is it! Time to seal the deal and get a new friend. Yeah. Close enough. Hey, can I get like a selfie with you? It'd be great for one of my classes. Yeah, definitely. She puts an arm around my back for a shoulder hug while she poses dramatically. Maybe a bit too friendly? Big smile now. She takes a picture and checks it enthusiastically. So, I'm Inko. Huh. Oh, cool. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh. And yet again, our chance slipped us by, Chet. I'm not even surprised. What's the photo for, by the way? She pauses, aloofly, chewing some gum. My fashion design class. That jacket is ballin'. Ah. Thanks for the pic, hun. Typical women. Can't trust 'em. Well, I feel my shoulders sag as I take in the now sparse hallway around me. That must have been my 15 minutes of fame. I don't think it even lasted 15 minutes. But there's no way I've already blown it. I try to shake the negative thoughts. Focus on the positive. For a brief moment, I was the talk of the school. Yeah. Click. The familiar sound draws my attention. I know what that is. At the end of the hall, there's someone kneeling. And with one of the latest camera models, if I'm not mistaken. Hey! The guy flinches. I flinch too. I hadn't meant to shout at him. The few students around me don't bat an eye at it, though. It's fucking animated. Hey, got an anime haircut. Fucking kill myself. Sorry about that yell. No, it's fine. I managed to get the shot I wanted. The spectacled boy, or the bespectacled boy. I think that he's a parasaur. Double checks the camera display and smiles. Yep, perfect. This'll be a fine print for the yearbook. Can I see? His grin seems to widen at my interest. Of course. Here. He turns the display towards me, showing a shot of the hallway, and me as the focal point. Pretty good, right? I look a little closer and notice that I think it's a little out of focus. And dark. What do you have for your F-spot set at? Ah, shh. He stops and glances up at me, pleasantly surprised to get a real answer. Yeah, I'm a bit of a photographer myself. A bit of a scientist myself, Chatfish. I'm taking it as an elective, too. With Mr. Ladakan? Thinking back to my memorized class schedule, the name does sound familiar. Yep. Oh, snap, cool. We'll be classmates. Mr. Ladakan's busy, so he just teaches it for one period. He offers his hand out for a handshake. I'm Ben. Inko. Friend achieved. I'm actually new here. Kind of figured being the only human student this year and all. St. Hammond isn't one of the more popular schools, but the staff put a lot of effort into the arts program. Even the campus itself is designed like a living art piece. So if you ever need help. From the pause, I'm guessing he's offering some help. I wouldn't say no to a tour. A tour, you say? Well, I'm only going back to the principal's office, but I can point out some of the neat stuff along the way. He raises an eyebrow to himself in contemplation. Might be a good idea to meet the principal, too. He waits for me to follow him. Yeah, we're jamming, chat. Turns out he wasn't just an avid photographer like me, but also the school council president. We lucked out, Chatfish. And one of his priorities was taking photos for the school yearbook for the first day page. Every few minutes, we'd pause so Ben could take a couple of shots, mainly of the students talking with each other. And while I would watch, I had considered helping him in some way. I mean, that camera looks amazing, and there's all this extra lenses in the bag. I feel absolute elation to finally know someone that's into photography, and I really want to broach it, but Ben fills the air between us talking more about the school. Which is why we still go by the Feathertails, even though I think it's a tad distasteful. Dang, you're pretty good at this. Do you give these tours to all the new students? Ha, not really. Although it is something I've thought about a lot. Oh, hold that thought. Hey, Lenara. Damn, look at her fucking milkers. Whoa, we want milkies, Kip. Dino milkies, chat? No? Okay, well, we tried. Ben goes to greet a student, putting up some intricate wall banners. Oh, hey, Ben. Effeminate chat, effeminate time. You have a good summer vacation? I did great... Oh, no, he's the guy. Oh, I'm gonna read the names. I did. Great work on the decorations. They look even better than last year's. Aw, thank you. What's all this for? She steps aside so I can fully view the banner she just finished with. The Cultural Arts Club. We meet every Thursday after school and look at antique artwork. She'd initially looked past me to talk with Ben, but she gasps once she realizes. Hey, you're a human, right? Oh, that's a silly question. You should totally join. I just love human culture. There's this amazing set of ancient masks at my place from ancient Europa. I just adore them. Wow, that's impressive. I think you'd make a good curator. You know what? I probably would. Very confident. Do chat like? After that club display during Spirit Week last year, I gotta agree, says Ben. Good soul Benster. We spent weeks studying that tribe and weeks more participating in those strange, peculiar dances. I wanted to add that because I wanted her to, like, demean humanity a little, because she's racist. We also study... She's masking her cultural interests with her incredible hatred towards humanity with cultural interest. Welcome, Stream Damascus. Greetings, C-Kibs isn't beating the furry allegations again, lol. Motherfucker, it's what you guys pay for, okay? I don't want to hear this. Ain't beating no furry allegations, motherfucker. You guys paid for this shit. I want to huggy that Gator. Gibbs must only support fully allegations. God damn it, Chatfish. You had one motherfucking job. Let's get back into the reading. We also study and paint with those styles, like we're learning of the techniques of the old masters. Hopefully soon we can even get into sculpting, like those old Venus statues. I love the curves. We plan on getting one to look at sometime this year. What do you think? It'd be great if you could come. You've got a human body after all, and I'd love to study every curve. Hey, that'd be neat. What do you say, Inko? Ready to be a cultural piece? Maybe. I do love culture. Oh, that's great. Oh, listen. We have this old chieftain's dress we've had for ages. We just have to see what it looks like on the real thing. I'll think about it. No way I'd sooner endure a second Impact event than wear something like that. Well, hey, nice to catch up, Lunara. We got places to be. Take care. Bye. She waves us off, and Ben continues, leading me to the principal's office. Hey, Ben! Oh, hey, Michael. Listen, can't talk now, but I'd love to catch up later, yeah? I'm floored. This guy seems to know just about everyone in school as much as they know him. Talk about being on top of things. He points out a few more minor landmarks in the school and stops to greet a number of students happy to see him after the summer break. Man, sorry for having to stop so much. No way. I think it's cool you know everyone. If only it could be cool without making us late. He notices a few more noteworthy landmarks, eventually leading me to its biggest draw. I already knew that this place was known for art, but wow. Just out the administrative offices. The hallway is filled with wonderful pieces of work. Paintings line the wall with name placards beneath detailing who the artists were. All created by the alumni and attending students of the school. And this is the gala. All of these pieces have been featured in all kinds of articles and presentations. Whoa. I know, right? One moment. Ben turns to the nearest door and gives it a polite knock. Who is it? It's me, Principal Scalar. And I'm sorry, I thought I saw ovipositor there. I was like, what? It's like a giant fly thing? Oh my god. An oviraptor, no older than her mid-30s, exits the room. Uh-oh, MILF territory, chat bros. Holding a steaming mug and sporting a tired smile. Damn, she's got that tired look that I carry in my soul. Good morning, Benjamin. Good morning. Inko, this is our esteemed principal. Good morning, ma'am. Her eyes shoot wide mid-sip of her coffee. Oh, I hadn't noticed. You would be Mr. Gunito, yes? Yes, but my name... How wonderful! Gone is the exhaustion on her face, instead replaced with a very wide smile. I'm so happy that you've chosen our school for your last year, Mr. Nito. Ben, be sure to give him a thorough St. Hammond welcome, okay? I already was... If you ever need any assistance, my office is always open, Mr. Netu. Not to mention, the student council is also available for help. Isn't that right, Ben? Yes, Principal Scalar. Thank you, Principal Scalar. Oh, and Ben, a moment, please. But... The parasaur is dragged into the office, leaving me alone in the school gala. Whatever they're saying, I can't hear over the ambient noise of the student body. Either way, it's probably not something I'm meant to hear. I move a few feet away out of earshot of the discussion inside. My eyebrows shoot up in astonishment as I witness something even more scalier than Viking Kiwi's back. She's like, what? Well, you're a chatfish. Your back is scaly. All chatfish's backs are scaly. Isn't that right, Gregors? And Cringe? And Kutsukino-kun? Or whatever. On the wall beside me is a framed panoramic landscape of the city painted by hand. My god, it looks like something I could have done. Though I will say, the one thing that's actually good about it is the lighting. Lighting use is good here. It does illustrate it, but it's a little bit unrefined, you could say. Wow. I could practically use this thing as a map with how detailed it is. No wonder it's hanging so predominantly by the... Don't hiccup. By the principal's office. The gentle brushstrokes, the vibrant colors, the evening sun bouncing off of each of the windows, and the majestic scarlet sky enveloping the horizon. All of which combine together to give it a dreamscape feeling, like it's an idealized vision of the city. It's beautiful. I've never been a big admirer of paintings, but I can't deny that this is a masterpiece. Only a teacher could have been able to express the scenic beauty of the city with this level of skill and passion. I withdraw my Cavan Stone 60 from my bag, and with the compact lens I barely fit the entirety of the painting in its frame for the shot. Checking the copy on my display, I realize I left out the title of and the artist of the piece. The tag says, Dreamscape Artist O. Halford, 9th grade. First place, 201 Millennium 2020. A freshman did this? Jeez. Now that I look at the rest of the painting, this is insane. It's all so much better than what I've made. Almost all the pieces are beautifully drawn. Acrylic, charcoal, pastel, and yet not even one photo. Hey, Inko, I'm back. I'm a senior. How on earth am I meant to even start measuring up here? Inko? What's that sound? Ben nudges me back with the back of his hand as the commotion gets closer. Hey, watch it, jackass. Slow your roll, Leatherface. My leg! I watch as the, perpetrator, aggressor, aggregator, finally rounds the corner and comes barreling down the hallway, speeding right towards us. My instincts kick in and I stumble to the side to avoid the oncoming collision. For just a split second, I get a good look at my assailant. What? Zoom! She's got the zoomies! My God. Green scales, messy hair, and a faded purple hoodie. She propels herself forward with dexterous hands, spinning the large wheels on her. I only now notice that she's in a wheelchair. I didn't even know how you could go that fast on one of those. She glances my way and her pupils lock onto mine. Her gray gold eyes marred by bags, like she hasn't slept in days. The girl's entire presence is ghost-like. And that expression, it's like she's looking straight through me. I'm sure she barely registers my existence, but I don't think I'll ever forget that face. Just as fast as she came, however, she's gone. As she leaves, I feel like a weight has lifted from my shoulders. At least until I trip directly into a glass case behind me. Oof. Hey, watch it. Whoops. The parasaur hand roves over the display carefully, his eyes filled with worry. You looking for something? Cracks. Usually when another student falls into them, there's some kind of crack or scratch. Huh. Guess it's just a dino thing. Humans are lucky. You don't gotta sweat over this kind of stuff. That happen often? Often enough to drain the school funds and repairs. That can't be good. Well, not to brag, but I make do. A bravado chime echoes through the now empty hall. I freeze, tardy on the first day. Huh, whoops. Sorry to run on like that. You should get going to your first class. Won't I need a tardy slip or something? Nah, it's the first day. Teachers are lenient. I'm fine either way since, you know. Ah, one of the benefits of being class pres. What's your first period? Physical education. Ben sucks the air in through his teeth in a prolonged wince. You'll be fine. Gymnasium's down that way. Don't keep him waiting too long. I need to get going too. Keep who waiting? I gotta go, bye. Something's not right. Something's going wrong. Whoa, he walks fast when he has somewhere to be. That reaction doesn't exactly instill confidence in me. Something's wrong. I follow Ben's directions toward the school gymnasium. After all the earlier commotion, it's the first quiet moment to myself. Might as well take it to finally sort my thoughts. Let's see, what do I think of this place so far? It's certainly livelier than any of the other schools I've been to. Ever since I stepped foot in here, everything has been so lively and everyone seems so exuberant. It makes me feel a little out of my depth, since I'm so used to the opposite. Here, people like that girl earlier are eager to share their hobbies, almost without being prompted. Everywhere else I've been, people just keep to themselves, like they're only here because they have to be. It hits me. This school's art program attracts people. The students here don't have to be here. They're choosing to be here. That's why it's so active. Well, alright, what can I do with this information? It means I can probably be friends with anyone I want, right? Weird to say, but with everyone here sort of working with each other, there's bound to be an insane level of camaraderie, too. Maybe I won't even have to try. I'm almost to the gymnasium now, though So I'll hold this thought for later. Gym class, where the boys are separated from the men and where the people with Herculean physiques are able to show off their sculpted bodies. I begin to remember how much I dreaded going to PE. The innumerable bad experiences from past schools pale in comparison to the many skidded knees and broken glasses. Hopefully this school's PE is a lot less grueling. As I stand before the wooden double doors leading into the gym, I'm struck with how empty the area looks. That's followed by me catching the sound of physical activity coming from within the gym itself. Shoot, I really am late. Ben's earlier warning echoes in my head like a foreboding spirit. I peer through the small windows on the doors and see students standing shoulder to shoulder. Towering over them is a primate who I can only guess is our gym teacher, with his arms crossed and a scowl on his face. I hope I can get away with being tardy. As I walk into the... My first thought is how lucky I am to be alive. I don't even know what was thrown at me, but it might as well have been a cannonball. I spot the gym teacher, and even through his baseball cap I can feel his stare of rage pierce my soul. Such intensity, and at that ideal throwing form. It only missed by centimeters. That was a warning shot. Holy shit. He's a monkey. Know this and know it well, son. I have a policy. Each of my platoon gets one free miss from me a year. And you just spent it. I shift my eyes to the students lined up next to him, and they're so stiff with fear that I can't tell what they're feeling. You got 3 seconds to lay on in front of your squadron. Why, in the great name of Cavi Drocket, Cavi Drocket, you are late. Well, he didn't even move. Hint taken. I shut my mouth. The simian scholar starts marching back and forth like a drill sergeant. Listen up, because I'm only saying this once. In this class, we operate on tough love. We learn from our mistakes, so you better pray to Raptor Jesus you don't forget them. Because if you do... With 3 monstrous steps, the coach closed the distance of 10 yards to tower over me. I will be very upset. It reflects poorly upon all of us, and that is not something I will accept. So I would love to see you make it succeed, but if you don't, I'll make it unforgettable. Am I understood? I nod my head in fear. Fan-freaking-tastic. Now then, join the rest of your ranks and stiffen up. Once I confirm my bladder is intact, I shuffle over to where my colleague stands. I feel them staring at me with anger, like I'm responsible for the coach's teaching style. What an appalling first impression to make. I should just quit and start over somewhere else while I still can. The teacher takes a second glance over us, reminding himself of where he was before I had interrupted. Attention, Major. Or no, attend hut. Oh, it's not attention. Yeah. Attend hut, maggots. You will all drop and give me 21 of the finest push-ups. Those guts best be ants farts off that pristine gym floor or else. Tweet! As he blows the horn. With a violent loud blow of his whistle, the coach also takes his position to show the proper technique. I hide my wince as my knees impact roughly on the ground. The real pain starts as I try to keep pace with everyone around me. My biceps and forearms threaten to splinter from the weight of my body and the speed of my jerky movements. I never realized just how badly out of shape I was. On your feet, you bipedal slugs! This guy, he ain't human. Some kind of primate, maybe? A close relative? I can feel my muscles hollering in pure agony as I force myself up from the gymnasium floor. By the time I'm back on my feet, my breathing is heavy and coming out in whistles. Now then, since it's only the first day of school, how about we have ourselves a good old game of dodgeball? Did he say dodgeball? Oh yeah, dodgeball time. I shoot a glance towards the overly enthusiastic dino next to me, who is absolutely elated by the prospect of the upcoming game. I mean, honestly, I'd be elated. I love dodgeball. We only finished the warm-up, and my muscles are already screaming. My knees shake, my lungs burn, and I'm so drenched in sweat that I'm sure I might need a shower after this. I really don't want to play dodgeball. Aren't we lucky? First day of school, and we get to play a game. God damn it! Ah! I clicked on Microsoft. I don't do dodgeball. Why not? I'm not exactly... Alright, maggots, pick a side and keep the numbers even. This is a suicide match. And free for all, too. Damien, why don't you socialize by picking your teammates? Shades, you're on blue team. Wait, but why are there teams if it's a free-for-all? Alright, I'm going with the human dude. Before I can figure out the rules of this dodgeball game, the Dilophosaurus wraps an arm around my neck and brings me to his side of the field. Oh, and last thing... His leering tone frees me to the spot. What's the first rule? We only got one. Have fun? Gang up on the weakest one. Wait, what? In a matter of seconds, the gymnasium becomes a full-blown battleground. I do my best to dodge the oncoming flurry of red rubber spheres coming my way like bullets. I drive to the ground, avoiding the oncoming projectiles as they soar overhead and pelt my comrades. I hear the blows and the guttural groans of those who've already succumbed to the onslaught of inflated orbs. Combat crawling away. I need a drink. Yeah, I don't know what's up with these games that always everybody hates dodgeball, but I always loved dodgeball, and most kids did. There were some kids that weren't super keen on it, but it's it didn't hurt. Unlike Smear the Queer, let me tell you, that shit hurts, especially when a fat kid lands on you because you got cocky. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Chunky boy landed on me, broke me fucking collarbone. It was real goddamn painful. Real goddamn painful. After that, I was out of orchestra and pretty much out of everything else that was an extracurricular. Oh. I remember it just like it was yesterday. Rubbed my shoulder, just sympathy pain, my boy, sympathy. Or it's not sympathy, but PTSD pain? I don't know. Yeah, dodgeball was my favorite. I think it was one of my favorite games. There was also those tag teams where you had the middle of the gym was divided, and then you had to grab each other's little straps or whatever and rip them off. That was also fun. That was really fun. Combat crawling away from the fierce front, I entrenched myself along the edge of the field in the hopes of being ignored. I cast my gaze to the rest of my allies, and oh god, it's a full rout! So many bodies! So how's the first day of school treating you, bro? I look up to see the finned dono, the same pink Dilophosaurus who had dragged me to his side of the court, staring down at me and smiling. What do you think? I watch as he casually dodges an incoming ball before throwing his own. Name's Damien, by the way. Inko. Nice to meet you. You two, Chrome Dome and Frills. Who said that you two had time to talk? Does my gymnasium look like a debate stage? I mean, maybe if we got some of those stands from the auditorium, maybe. I know a guy's uncle that could make a really classy podium. I look up at Damien with absolute bewilderment. What is this guy thinking? The coach looks like he's about to explode. Do not play smart with me, son. Keep your trap shut and eyes focused on the enemy. Damien just smiles and gives the coach a thumbs up, as if we aren't in the middle of an active war zone. You got it, Mr. Sully. That's Coach Sully to you. And what's the hold-up, Shades? You're just making yourself an easy target on the floor. Get up and play to win. All right, guess it's my time to do something of worth. But I'm not exactly good at dodgeball. I swear all these games are made by people who literally could not do anything in life. Every time I play this game, like, and I went to school, and you guys went to school, but, like, even the kids that were kind of, like, not good at stuff were always good at something. Always. Come on, big baby. That should hopefully make it so that everyone isn't peeved at me for wasting the warning shot. But here's where things change. I can totally turn this around. All is equal in the court. A ball aimlessly rolls on the floor in front of me, calling out to be my ammunition. I somehow weave through the two shots at me and pick up the ball. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it now. I'm on fire. There's no way I'm losing now. I grab onto the ball and start blocking any shots that so much as cross our side of the field. I'm doing great. And then it's gonna happen, chat. We're gonna get bonked. Block 1, block 2, block 3. Now I'm really feeling it. I bet everyone's looking at me now. Any thoughts of playing the game suddenly left my line like it was never there before. Who cares? Doing this is more than enough. I can be the Hey, new guy! A new voice catches my attention. A crimson Parasaurus. Think fast! What? It's so formulaic, it's actually painful. Spider-Pig said, Doge Ball, best ball, only ball that didn't break Spig. Welcome to the stream and thank you for your generous donation. By the way, Chatfish, I must inform you that if you would like to see more of this stream, you need to help push towards tomorrow's goal. For yes, I will be not doing too many streams that are what we call flatliners, because these are one of those things that chat fun because I think they're funny, but then they never actually watch. I remember that. So we have the new flatliner rule, which means Chatfish have to be participating. Yeah, that's right. You're not getting away anymore, Tat. You're not getting any more away with fucking with my algorithm, you little shits. Starts grabbing them by the little collars, like, ooh. I wait, I'm behind in the stream. If they weren't good at something else, they would be doing SCALIE VN. Damn. True. The floor is cold. Maybe I shouldn't have come here at all. A pair of extremely dirty sneakers enter my field of view. You gonna get up, Shades? You gonna get up, Shades? That's Sully, I forgot. No, I give up. Bonk. Oh man, that hurts. How long was I out? I'm laying down on something soft. Where am I? My vision clears and I sit up from the plastic bed. Sure is bright in here. Oh shit. They broke my sunglasses. Lucky I brought these reserve pair. Much better. I stand from the rubber mattress, taking in the tiny room finally. All alone, not even a school nurse or anything. Oh, there she is. Looks like she's attending to another student who has his snout stuck in a cone. Huh? Looking at the clock on the wall, it's already noon. That would explain my pounding headache. Finally awake, Shades? I sit ramrod straight, the fear of God stricken into me once more. Calm yourself, cadet. You ate dirt pretty hard back there. Oh man, yeah. Wait, you did that? I did. Pelted you right in the back. Do you know why? Because I messed up? Be more specific, kid. Because I couldn't be a good teammate and got hit in the face? Wrong. It's because you gave up. It was after that. Nothing happened after that. No, you gave up. But I was doing well. You think so? I was blocking the balls and all. You weren't blocking anything. You were showing off. You found a single thing you could do and started dancing around like a clown. You focused on the easy thing and gave up the real thing. You were so focused that you forgot to look around for a moment. And here you were. I know a defeated man when I see one, and there's no way in hell I'm letting a student of mine give up so easily. It's the first period of the day. Or first period of the first day, and you're already giving up. Either way, that's a pretty bad lump you ended up with. You gotta watch around some students, if you know what I mean. I blink a few times and recall the chick that yelled at me to catch, followed by a pounding me in the face. That one, she, he chuckles to himself a bit. She's something, all right. Yeah, looked like the devil herself. Anyway, take the rest of the day off, kid. What? I'm telling you to go home. The principal gave the okay. I feel my head again. Another stab of pain. Am I really not good to go back to class? Wasn't I getting lectured about this just a few moments ago? Well, I don't want to give up so easy. No, you should go home to your folks. He scratches the back of his head, slightly embarrassed. Right. About that. We tried calling them earlier. Couldn't reach them. I gave a sad half smile. Yeah, sounds about right. I can make it home fine on my own. He nods. When you get back, don't give up so easily. He holds the door to the nurse's office open. Wow, we didn't even drive us home? What a dick. I woulda, because he's a little kid. You know, you can't have little kids walking home by themselves. They're gonna get molested. I know. No, oh yeah, it just happened all the time. Let us see. I nod and exit the office, Coach Sully closing the door behind us. Oh, and here's for tomorrow. A brown paper bag is shoved into my arms, along with my backpack. Peeking in, I see something blue and gold wrapped in plastic. If you hadn't been late, you could have changed into those. Thank you, sir. Next time, Shades, think faster, got it? Yes, sir. His smile is positively unnerving. Now scram, cadet. Well, this is officially the worst day I've ever had. As my feet drag along the linoleum floor, I can't help but painfully think of all the failures of the past few hours. No thanks to a very prominent bump on the back of my head. Ow. I'm worse than everyone here, both on a creative and physical level. I know I really shouldn't be bothered by it, but I hate seeing just how far behind I am compared to everyone else. And I thought I'd make a few new friends. What was I thinking? I stop and shake my head a bit. What the heck am I doing sulking like this? It's a bad first day, but it's just the first day. There's still all the rest. I still met Ben, and Damien. They're pretty cool. I'm not going to let my optimism be ruined just because of a bad dodgeball match. But you wait, St. Hammond. Today was a test run. Tomorrow's the real deal. Morning comes. I've always had a decent internal clock, but it's a new record for me to get accustomed to a new sleeping schedule in just one day. Especially with this awfully grown lump on my scalp. I move an arm from my sheets and feel my head. Yeah, that's bruised real good. Could be worse, though. Alright, time to get up. I slump out of bed and yawn, stretching my arms and cracking my spine a bit. My new room is pretty nice, quite spacious even, with all the still sealed boxes. I brush my hand over one of them with my other clothes. I'll get around to opening them at some point. Right now, though, it's time for breakfast. I shuffle downstairs into the heart of the house. The morning sunbeams shining through the window draw my eyes to look out to the new neighborhood. The driveway is empty. Looks like my parents are already gone for the day. No surprise there, really. It's all they ever focus on. A shiver runs up my spine as my feet step on the icy tiles of the kitchen. My eyes are drawn to some taped-up boxes that are still scattered about on the counters. There's a familiar sticky note on the fridge, and I don't even have to read it to know what it says. At this point, Mom's just wasting paper. The least she could do is reuse the same note and make small addendums to it. I snag a plate from the nearest drawer and open up the freezer. No fresh produce to be seen, but there's still the mostly full box of breakfast burritos. Now look at the bright side. Breakfast burrito ain't nothing to sneeze at. Just get a little spicy Cholula sauce and you're golden. Cholula, sponsor me! Start screaming. Yeah, I've been trying to appreciate ethnic cultures more. Plate loaded with a couple of minuscule flour-wrapped meals. I set the microwave and wait for the burritos to hopefully not explode or burn inside. While I wait, though, I check my phone. I scan over my newsfeed and check out some of the people I'm subscribed to, hoping there's something to watch during my meal. Unfortunately, nobody posts videos or streams this early in the morning. Guess I'll just watch a suggested video then. I prop my phone up and click on something random. At the ding of the microwave, I've retrieved my breakfast, carrying it carefully so I don't burn my hands on the bottom of the plate. I give it the first burrito a test bite. Miss a burn my mouth. Ugh, the inside is still cool. I don't want to stick it back in, though. The tortilla would just become a brick then. I shrug it off, continue chewing, and watch my phone. Top of the morning, folks! By the time the video ends, I've finished the last of the half-thawed burritos. Pocketing my phone, I slip the plate into the sink and head out for the day. Could have just used the wrappers, honestly, at that point, just to save on dishes. This time, I'm at least getting through the day. Today, survival. Tomorrow, thrival? I'll work on it. On the metro again, I take a little more time to check out my surroundings. The sun shines through the windows across from my normal seat. There's this one chick that was there yesterday, probably on her way to work. It's probably a set of routine for her at this point. She always does a bit of makeup first and then checks her phone for the rest of the way. When the sun shines through the window, it highlights her hair in a really neat way. Like a movie poster almost. I'd take a picture, but it might be a little too awkward for me. Also, everything's disappeared. Why is it so dark? How's St. Hammond treating you so far, Mr. Nito? A voice so deep I feel it reverberate in my bones calls from above. I'm taken aback by at this authoritative stature. His head is nearly grazing the top of the passenger car. How did he even get in here? Oh, been great so far, Mr. Ferris. He offers out his hand for a handshake, though his palm alone smothers my entire hand. How do you know my name? You're clearly going to school. The nearest one is St. Hammond, and I'm already aware of a new human student, if you don't mind my profiling. Whoa. You got all that just from looking at me? I'm partially joking. Your full name is printed on your backpack. You know, that's dangerous, right? Oops. Yep, that's me all right. But please, I know it's only been a few days since the year started, but I'd like to hear your opinion so far. Is this a questionnaire or something? Not exactly, but it is of some importance to an assignment of mine. What does that mean? Oh, what am I being secretive for? I'm here to audit your school. See, the teachers know the students, make sure it's a proper place for of learning. I wish it were something worth being secretive about. More often than not, it's just paperwork and office politics. Oh, all right then. My thoughts on the school so far. I consider telling him about the teacher nailing me with a dodgeball to make a point. Nah, I'm over it. Well, the classes that I have are great, and the teachers I have are a dynamic bunch. He thumbs the inside of his coat pocket for his pen, but decides he doesn't need it yet. I see. Any favorites? I mean, I don't like to have favorites, but all the staff seem pretty lively. Ferris lets out a heavy, rumbling chuckle. That's certainly good to hear. And what of your fellow students? Made any friends? It's been a bit of a struggle, but it's always been that way for me since my folks move around a lot. I think I'm doing pretty good this time around. Why do you think that is? I think it's the jacket. The jacket? I give my lapel a quick tug for extra style points. The Coastline Cotton Nylon Bomber number 32. Part of the latest catalog by A&F. I see. Does he need to lean so close to inspect it? If the carriage rocks in any way, he'd probably turn me into a piece of modern art against the window. And that's really what the youth are into these days. Hey, the results speak for themselves. Whatever he's thinking about, it's got nothing to do with his work. I think I have a pretty good idea of what it could be, though. Mr. Ferris, do you got no swag? Huh? Well, I guess that probably answers it. I admit to being a little gray. I'm aware I'm not exactly with it anymore. Well, even the older generation can dress to impress. You just have to see what people today like to wear. I'm certainly willing to listen to the youth of today, yes? It is somewhat important to my job to know how the student body thinks. And my niece often suggests dressing more relaxed, whatever that means. Does she ever see you in casual clothes? I'm wearing them now. Honestly, these clothes are way better than the jacket we have. The casual clothes is lame. Our culture is honestly not as good as it used to be. Even when I grew up in high school, like, the clothing we wear isn't as good. It isn't. Like, we're just so casual and laid back. And that's fine in a casual sense. But, like, wouldn't you agree, Squealy, that, like, sometimes that 20s flair or that, like, stuff, like, they look snazzy with those outfits.
Like the suit and tie. Like, as a
they're dapper fellows. Yeah.
Like, you look good. It's expensive nowadays to actually, wear that kind of thing regularly. But, I think this is all going off. I haven't seen the actual outfit. I've been sleeping most of the day.
I just been resting.
When I got home, I just fucking crashed.
It's okay, dude. It happens. Don't worry about it.
So I don't know what the main character looks like, or like, is he?
Oh, he's literally just like the fucking.
Is he just?
He's got sunglasses and bald. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
He's self-insert man. He's got a name. He's called Inko. Warhammer Total War 3 is on Humble Bundle this month? Yes. You try wearing a suit and tie every day. God damn.
Like, it looks nice, but it is also a monkey suit. Because dress pants aren't something you want to get dirty, like, ever. Nor like a dress, anything to do with, like, this kind of, like, standard, like, wear. Like, it looks good, but keeping it maintained is the problem, do you know?
Mm-hmm. Keeping
Especially with schools, it gets fucking hot sometimes, you know?
Keeping
it. Sweating in your fucking expensive clothing.
That's true. We need to go back to dress armor like Brigandine and surcoats. I mean, that's not, like, practical, though. Just don't wear clothes. I mean, listen. If women dressed like Aerith dressed like this, that'd be fucking ideal. I'm just saying. They'd look better. They're cuter and adorable. Mm-hmm. Women should be cute.
Like,
they should always dress cute. They should. I'm not kidding. Women should dress cute. It would unironically improve society. They'd be happier because women love being complimented. I know this. You know this, chat. We all know this. And it's easier to compliment you when you're looking pretty cute. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, pretty cute. And they put on little sailor outfits. Start, like, fucking having rosy little chatfish cheeks. Give me smooches. Give me a smooch. Alright, let's keep reading. I can save him. The rest of the trip was quick, but we continue with the small talk about trends. When we arrive at my stop, he attempts to give me his business card. For someone whose mere presence could stop a fight, he seems like a genuinely nice fellow. I look forward to talking to him again. Oh god, those burritos were a mistake. What, you don't like this guy? You don't like how goofy he looks?
Nah, he really is just fucking a Protag Kun with glasses.
Yeah, no, it is just Protag Kun with glasses. Like, the art style even looks similar, by the way.
Is it the same people who made it?
I have no idea.
Don't be surprised.
Might be a splinter group. This one is a bit more high, but it has animations, like full-blown animated cutscenes for some things.
Oh.
So they got a little bit fancy with this one. This is very much feeling like a passion project here, but very much like a dream thing. My stomach is roiling after the warm-ups. Alright, maggots, today we'll be working on your cardiovascular system. By that I mean a good old-fashioned mile run. I want everyone out on the track and field yesterday. I noticed Damien's mouth wide open, or open soon as Coach Sully yells the words. And no, Damien, that doesn't mean I want you to time travel. Unless, of course, you mean running so fast that you hit 88 miles an hour. And just as quickly as Damien shuts his mouth again and shoots Sully a thumbs up. Sully's only reply is to let out a snort. Double time it now, cupcakes! There's no hesitation from me this time. I follow the rest of the class and do the run Sully wanted.
Yes, Kibbs knows that reference now.
Blake, you're gonna get priggers. He's like, no, please, priggers. As expected, I rapidly fell behind the pack. Hey, Inko. Nice of you to drop by. How are you doing? Damien, what are you doing back here? Keeping my new buddy company, of course. What are you doing? Trying not to vomit? You're doing great, then. Thanks, I guess. Shouldn't you be at the very front of the pack, though? Next to Mia? Nah, man, not her. Mia? You know, the one who knocked you out yesterday? A brief flashback reminds me of the red Parasaurus. Ah, her. By the by, glad to see you're doing way better today. You're even up and running. Yeah, glad I didn't wind up with permanent brain damage. Hey, question. Was what happened yesterday normal around here? Well, Mia's a wild one, that's for sure. Best not to mess with her unless you're into those kinds of chicks, in which case, be my guest. As for Sully, yeah, he's always like that. You'll get used to it, though. He ain't that bad of a guy once he warms up to you. If you say so. Hey, don't worry, man. You're gonna fit right in no time flat. In fact, you should sit with us at lunch. That way, we can give you the proper welcome and stuff. Lunch, I mean... Inko Damien, don't fall behind! Sully's voice snaps me from my mini stupor and makes me realize just how far behind Damien and I had fallen behind the rest of the class. Oops, better catch up with those others before Sully brings out the punitive measure. Excuse me, the what? You don't want to find out, brother, trust me. Come on, dude, let's jet. Before I can say another word, Damien gets behind me and starts pushing me forward, forcing my legs to move faster than they ever should have. I have to struggle to not trip over myself, but somehow I manage to keep up the pace that Damien was forcing my whole body to maintain. Damn, we stinky now, Chatfish. 5 minutes and 3 more laps later, I fall flat on my ass, my heart beating so fast and lungs burning so fiercely that every breath feels like sandpaper scraping against my throat. Regardless of that, though, I finished the jog, the first small step towards conquering my physical weakness. Good job, maggots. Keep this up and you'll be soldiers yet. Sully turns to me, and with a slight grin, shoots me a thumbs up. Okay, that's all for today. Hit the lockers, cupcakes. We didn't give up this time. Damien helps me back up, and I join the rest of the male students as we head back to the locker room. We talk a bit more about our interests in other school matters. On the way, Damien filling me in a bit on St. Hammond's history during the 3 years he'd been in attendance. By a bit of luck, our lockers aren't that far apart from one another, but our conversation isn't a real possibility considering all the other ones going on in the relatively cramped locker rooms. There really isn't that much more time to chat before the bell rings for our next class switch. I wave goodbye to Damien and start looking for my next class. Don't forget lunch with the buds. I nod in reply as I turn around to head down the hallway towards my next class. Making my way down the hall, I take notice of the surroundings. Though everything about the school seemed pretty normal, there are some key modifications made to better suit the majority of the students. Mainly water fountains that settle a good 10 or more feet above me. Overall, nothing crazy special. This next class I'm sort of looking forward to is AP, Art Design. The class looks like it's in a studio classroom on the second floor. Part of the school here is built to be both inside and outside, with opening ceilings and walls here and there. Since it's also the art wing, the displayed pictures are coated with hydrophobic layers and framed. Although since it's the start of the year, the halls are freshly cleared, waiting to be filled in as the same semester pass. Of course, there's no shortage of drains. This hall in particular displays prominently in the school's advertising material, and for good reason. The carefully and expertly built dynamic between the surrounding nature, the school, and even the building materials themselves is nothing less than mystical. I can already feel the creative juices flowing. Soon enough, I'm standing just outside the door to my next class. Much like the school wall outside, it's decorated in various colors and patterns, each corner painted and tagged by different students. I barely step foot inside before the bell rings. Since I was the last one in, all but one of the other seats were taken. It's pretty close to the front. While many of the students look well prepared, some are clearly ready to fall asleep within the next few minutes. Then there's the teacher. He's standing up by the board, waiting for me to finish, looking around and take a seat. Since he isn't urging me to look for a seat, he must be used to new students taking it all in. That must be the art teacher. Somehow, he looks young and old at the same time. Well, don't want to hold up class for too long. Trying not to take the teacher's hospitality for granted, I take the seat closest to me in the front row. Even with me sitting down, the art teacher still continues to idle, instead staring at the seated students with a hazy stare. Nobody else seems to be paying attention to him, save for a few people here and there. A few students are whispering something behind me. Where was he yesterday? Hey, I'm not complaining about less work. Yeah, but on the first day? Huh, so in a way, it's the teacher's first day as well. So I didn't miss anything in this class. That's pretty cool, actually. Wham! The teacher slams the front of his desk with both fists, the sound echoing through the room. It's the signal for all auxiliary conversation to cease, and the class obeys. Despite the sudden furniture abuse, the teacher doesn't look agitated. Rather, he's got a massive grin on his face. The phrase, winning smile, comes to mind. Right then, the pale pterodactyl holds what looks like a metallic tray on a stick. Good morning, class. Thank you, Raptor Jesus, for forcing me to wear this prescription shades. My classmates are all wincing in pain and wiping at the tears in their eyes. And welcome to the AP Art Design. He holds up the stick haphazardly. This is a flash pan. Saw it at an antique store yesterday. Thought it'd be a good introduction. It's not important, worthless actually. The class winces as the stick is chucked into the garbage bin and shattered. Excuse my absence yesterday. I had matters to take care of elsewhere. My name is Mr. Ladakin. Within the blink of an eye, the teacher has replaced the sun on a stick with a fancy marker and managed to scrawl his name across the board in the finest show of calligraphy. And I shall be your guide as we explore the expanse of the creative world. Let's not dilly-dally then, shall we? For a teacher, he's very animated. This first week, we'll be going in depth on the history of the fundamentals of art, perhaps a little trial by fire as well, to get your creative juices flowing. There were murmurs from my classmates, though I pay them no mind. In fact, the prospect of doing some creative work to create something that I could possibly show off. For a brief moment, I picture my own name on a placard in the hallway outside the principal's office. For now, though, I'd like for you all to open up to your books to page 3. Right, my beau. Wait, What book? Wait. Looking around, I see that everyone else has a novel-sized hardcover book opened. Oh, they must have gotten them yesterday. Now then, class, we'll be starting with... Hesitantly, I raise my hand. Mr. Ladakin, sir? I, don't have a book yet. You don't have... How? The substitute passed all of them out yesterday. Oh. His eyes flicker open a second as he connects some internal dots. The word on the street is that some new kid got concussed so hard he had to leave early. Did the street at least mention I was doing well before that? Oh, of course not. You're Mr. Nito, then. Yes, sir. Given the circumstances, I'll let it slide. For now, why don't you share with one of your classmates? After class, I'll write you a note that you can give to the librarian. Thank you, sir. I kind of regret being so late, because the only person I can realistically share with is the person to my side. So, hey. Oh my god. Wait a minute.
Crippled.
Wasn't she the one speeding through the hallway yesterday? Just like back then, I feel her gaze piercing and cold, as if she's not even seeing me next to her. Would it be okay to share the book? It'd only be for today. Instead of a verbal response, she lets out a defeated low groan, like I just spit in her cereal. She then huddles back over her page. Well, gee, sorry I asked. It's only the first real day, maybe I won't need it. Olivia, come on, share with him, this one time. I already told him I'd personally resolve this issue. Just help me out here. I go, all right. She responds by making a show of sighing deeply while rolling her head back and around. Ordinarily, there'd be a groan to go with the gesture, but she remains silent. Her head hangs low in defeat, and she nudges the book a few centimeters closer to me. Thanks. I slide my own desk closer to hers, just enough so that I can read the page. While our teacher orates the page as if reading from Death of a Hunter, I follow along while simultaneously trying to capture anything that stands out into my notebook. A lot more difficult than expected, as Mr. Ladakin seems to put emphasis on every word he spoke. I felt like I was just copying the page wholesale. My eyes turn from the book to the girl's notes, and... Scritch, scritch, scritch. Those are some very murderous-looking claws on her fingertips. For a split second, I see them retract. She wipes her fingertips on a small hand towel, and... Whoa, the claws extend again, and into a bright red puddle on her desk. A singular red-colored claw is pressed on her paper for a moment, then quickly tugged and twirled and twisted, leaving behind a bright red cursive sentence on the page. Cool. Those silver irises flick away my way once more. What? What are you doing? That looks pretty cool. A hint of red creeps across the girl's cheeks. She looks back at the book and hunches her shoulders as high as she humanly, dinally can? Huh? She's now leaning over her notes, even using the book as extra protection for the pages. I should be focusing on my own notes, yeah? An impossible task now, though, as the colorful calligraphy next to me has piqued my curiosity. The quill talon continues to delicately etch notes onto the page, and it only leaves the page to dip into what looks like a tiny paint palette at the edge of her desk. The claws extend again, and now there's a faint rumbling. Grrr. Hey! I hadn't meant to get caught up in it. Sorry, I wait for her to give me a name. She doesn't. She simply returns her focus to the book between us. I wonder what her deal is. In either case, I turn my attention back to class. I hope I can make up for the lost time. It's hard to ignore the Gator girl, though. Her tits are so big and so fine, I must squeeze them. What? Oop.
We're not that big.
Jeff
Why not become a scaly for? Like, geez.
Jeff's eyes pop out of their sockets. They go. Especially when those icy gray eyes of hers feels like icicles poised to stab through me. Hey, wait a second. Those hand motions. She's not writing anything now. She's drawing. Well, it's none of my business, but I am rather curious. I make a show of leaning my back to yawn. Now I can see it's... Whoa, it's a calligraphic doodle of me. There's no mistaking it. That's my jacket and sunglasses. That's pretty cool. Nobody's ever really drawn me before. Well, there were those others on the first day of school, but that's different. They weren't using their own claws or ink. Oh man, I can't wait. I gotta go for a closer look. Hey! Your picture is super cool, can I see it? She glares me in the eyes, but slowly brings out the sheaf she was doodling on. The paper is more visible. I can just barely make out all the important details. The line work sharp, each stroke an organic curve, that when combined formed what had to be me. It even had my glasses, in the negative space of the head. Though what was with the multiple swervy lines coming out from the drawing's head? Dude, this is great! She rolls her eyes and starts retracting the page. Can I take a picture of it? A pause. Why? Nobody's ever done something like that for me. I want to remember it. She passes the paper over to me. It's yours. Whoa, really? Thanks. Don't mention it. But don't. She's nice. After a grueling period made worse by my own anxiety, the bell rings to set us free. Finally, freedom at last. Just stay for a minute longer, Inko. I get some sideways glances from other students as they leave, no doubt suspecting I'm a teacher's pet already. With a few strokes from his pen, Ladakin hands me a note. Just show this to the librarian, and she'll hand you your books. On your way now. A quick trip to the library earns me my missing books. I even got a fancy laminated library card. Ladakin's introduction to this class certainly has me excited for photography next. First stop, though, lunch. Can't take pictures on an empty stomach. Between my lackluster breakfast and gym class, I'm starving. Despite my hunger, though, I'm stopped dead in my tracks as I look around the cafeteria for a place to sit. The whole place is overtaken by lawless anarchy. I've never seen a riot this intense. A few students have crawled halfway up the wall, hanging by the decorative vines. Food flies about everywhere, utilized as ammunition rather than sustenance. And yet the security guard by the door isn't moving. This must be acceptable? I shudder to think what would be bad enough to warrant him taking action. I've never seen anything like this at any of my old schools, but more importantly, all the cliques have already formed from the previous day. I missed my chance to sit with anybody. Except you forgot about, fucking goddamn Damien, you stupid dingus! Wait, it's only the second day. Why am I acting as though it's too late for anything? Yo, Nico! Hey, want to go bowling? She's like, I'm shoulder-checked from behind by what feels like an oversized fist of an undersized boulder. If I wasn't already by a wall, I would have either been sent sprawling or made into roadkill. When I turn about, I'm met with Damien's toothy grin. Ow, what? What, already forgot about me? You don't got anywhere to be, right? Yeah, you stuttered. Come on, we're going somewhere. May as well, right? Damien excitedly motions at me to follow through the traffic of students going about the lunchroom. Peering in through the crowd, waving me over, and disappearing again like he's outrunning something. It's a good thing I hadn't gotten my own lunch yet, as it'd be dumped on the ground about 3 elbows and a slap ago. Through the clamoring, I hear something about a turf war restarting with the new year, and that the Megalodons will continue to rule. Somewhere mixed in it is the undeniable sound of steel chairs clattering to the ground. The place is an actual war zone. Now, how on earth is Damien able to weave through these guys so easily? Eventually, he leads me to the far corner of the room, and to his usual lunch table. Hey, you're alive! I think one of my ribs is cracked. That's just the school spirit you're feeling. Ugh. I feel less like a person and more like a well-used punching bag. I finished stretching my wounded back and actually checked the table. It's basically empty. There's only one other person here. The Gator girl gives an unamused, raised a brow. Hey, you. Oh snap, you know Olivia? Olivia, right, yeah. The one and only. Why didn't you tell me you met already? Because I only sort of did. We're in the same class. Ah, okay, I get it now. Still, that sounds awesome. All my lunch buddies are artists. All? Oh yeah, there's usually a third in our group, but she's out screwing around in school business. She'll probably be back tomorrow. Student council stuff can't take that long, right? What she need with the student council? Oh, she doesn't need anything with the student council. She's in it. She's the treasurer. The treasurer? Something like that. What do you think, Olivia? Olivia just grunts in reply. She doesn't even bother to look up from her lunch tray. Aren't you an artist too, Damien? Nah, I don't got the patience to sit around for hours like that. So you're not going to take advantage of the art programs here? Don't really need them. Home's just real close by. Only other artist here today is Olivia. His arms wave over Olivia as if he was presenting her at an auction or something. For her part, the Gator girl just grunts again. Well, what do you do then, Olivia? Finally, she looks up, turning an indifferent look my way. Did she say something? What was that? The ambient war noises are a bit too loud. Can't hear a thing. Sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying over there. Don't sweat it. She's just the real quiet type. I paint! Whoa, hey! Holy hell, her voice sounds so raspy, as if she'd never drunk a drop of water in her life. Guess I hadn't noticed before when she gave those one-syllable responses, but from someone's voice to be strained from a single shout. She furrows her brows and looks back down at her lunch. Oh snap, we've been standing around for a while. He sits back in his own seat and takes a huge bite of the mystery meat steak. Right, food. After the workout and poor breakfast today, I'm particularly famished now. But the line. All eyes look to where the lunch line should be, and it's become a full-blown riot. Someone's got a fire extinguisher trying to stop it. Oh, I probably should have waited for you to get yours. Oops. Damien returns to his steak rather aggressively. But who am I to question the dino etiquette and the act of using one's foot to anchor the food for tearing? Jesus Christ. Suddenly the sound of squeaking rubber draws from both of our attention towards Olivia. She's holding on to one of her wheels, having just skidded it across the granite floor. Oh, what's up? She tilts her head back towards the courtyard door behind us. It looks like there's a few vending machines out there. Huh. I guess I'll check them out. I leave the group behind to go try to get lunch. Not a fan of soda and chips for a meal, but it's enough for wartime survival. Hey, this thing accepts credit cards? Handy. I'm feeling like my favorite color is drywall store brand soda. Pretending to be on a diet baked chips. Baked chips are fucking great. You shut the fuck up, game. I wish they sold those in the store, but they don't. At least not here.
I can pretty easily find like potato chips, not baked chips specifically. They're pretty similar.
Alright, chat. You must decide your first or your second, or well, actually, I think your third poll of this game. Sody Pop.
Gatorade.
baked chippies or Gatorade? There's a scream. I don't think this is going to turn into a donut war, chat. You'd have to be insane. Baked potato.
You don't know, Kips. It could be the new sandwich cookie war.
It's not going to be Shuki Sandwich War. It's going to be baked potato chips versus soda pop versus Gatorade. Which is like the weirdest goddamn fucking conceptual drink war. Or donut war entirely.
I think Chevich would do it. For no reason.
If they did it, it would only be because it's retarded. Rifford gives a membership.
Gets membership.
Rifford, are you trying to spark something here? He's like fucking lighting a match.
Did the $2 get added early, by the way?
Not... Whatever Chumba's last donation was the last dono. That I'm aware of.
Let's see here.
Rifford says right choice. Rifford, you could have done something with that.
The last one counted then. It doesn't show when Chumba donated last.
Should donate $1.
Was it last stream?
He donated 2 hours ago. Yeah, so Spider Pig's $2 super chat was not counted, and Rifford's gifted membership weren't counted. So $7 in total.
Reggie's choice.
Put it towards the baked chips.
That'll be nice. What? Baked chips.
Like, if I had to choose, it's what I would choose, okay? Like, it's literally what I would do. Like, I'd choose the baked potato chips. Like, so don't get me wrong, I love soda, but, like, baked potato chips are, like, hard to pass up. Like, you can just have water on the side. Baked potato chips. Come on.
Well, I'll do you a solid and add fucking baked potato chips.
You can put it to whatever fund you want as well. It doesn't have any... There's no overhead for the donut war, obviously.
I'll put the species unknown, I suppose.
Now, chat, if we raise tomorrow's goal, I'll have an art piece made of me eating baked potato chips. Just like, I don't know about that, Gibb.
That'll be the scene from fucking Death Note. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Oh. I saw that. I've never seen that show, but it looked so fucking very dramatic. Like when he's doing the pen thing. I'm just like,
the first season's really good. And then the second season's like, it's okay. Didn't really need to exist.
Grunch a bunch gives a membership. Thank you for your membership. He is contesting.
Sandwich. You can't do two different food things.
Oh, we can, because that's a donut war. And the sandwich is the other thing, yeah.
Chatfish charity. Where's Chatfish charity?
So far, no one's applied for it. All right, chat. Gatorade is now fighting Team Baked Chips.
I don't mind Chatfish charity every time I look for it. Where is it?
Might be called something else. Currently, there's no Chatfish like scheduled for it. Just mark it down in a separate box. It's called Chatfish charity. Then we can fix it later. Why would God allow this? So Gatorade versus baked potato chip. It's not as like crazy as like cookies versus, sandwich, but baked potato chips is pretty good, chat. And I will not hear any slander about this. Spider Pig also contests. What are you for, chat? Are you team baked potato, baked chippies, or are you fucking team Gatorade?
I'll be right back in a moment.
I am team baked potato chip. All right. I like baked potato chips. And you know what? Baked potato chips are awesome. And I don't care what they get. Pretending to be on a diet, baked potato chips. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't need to pretend to be on a diet to enjoy baked potato chips. Sometimes baked chips are just, they're really good. Like, there are two chips I like, right? The kettle cooked chips, which are definitely unhealthy. And then baked potato chips. Baked potato chips are a lot healthier. But they also taste really nice. They're also really good on sandwiches. Like, unironically, they add a great deal of texture. Like, seriously, try putting baked potato chips on your sandwich if you ever get one, chat. It's actually quite nice. Crunchy texture with a little bit of salt and a little bit of potato. Not bad. Nah, Turklack. That's not fun at all. The only way I get enjoyment in games, real enjoyment, is if chat decides. You know why? because it's the one way I'll always be surprised. That's why I like Dono Wars, or just not even just Dono Wars, but polls in general. Not just because it makes money and funds the channel, but what actually makes games fun for me now is kind of letting chat influence things, because it kind of adds a layer of unpredictability to a game. And I like that, because sometimes games like this are a bit formulaic with the storytelling. But if chat decides things, it's a bit more exciting, because I actually don't know what's going to win. I'm rooting for a side, but I don't have total control over it. It kind of gamifies the stream from a streamer perspective, versus in a traditional stream, you'd be in absolute control. But not having that control is actually more exciting, because you have to work around it, right? Like, let's say there's a video game and there's like 2 choices, and they affect the gameplay, or they affect the story or narrative. Mass Effect is one of the coolest ones I think I've ever seen. Chatfish made me go from like thinking I was probably done with Mass Effect for the rest of my life to being like, I actually look forward to playing it every year with chat. Or anytime we do it, every couple of years we do it. And the reason why we do it is because it's so much fun. Because I've seen things I've never seen before. Because chat will choose things. And sometimes they'll choose the worst options, and it'll be like a train wreck. But in its own right, it's actually really redeeming and fun. And that's how streams should be enjoyed, in my opinion. For me. I don't really care. I don't really want to... I mean, I do care. Like, I would pick big potato chips. You know what I mean? Damn, Spider Pig says cookie and soda. But I'm going to let chat fight.
Okay, so there's only one bean bench, only one Spiggles.
Well, chat, I think you're all girls. Like, no.
They're girls.
No.
Currently speaking, baked chips are currently ahead of everything else by $5.
All right. Baked potato chips are slated to win the Dono War. You have 60 seconds, Team Gatorade and Team Soda, to rise from the ashes to defeat my glorious baked potato chip warriors. If not, forever hold your peace and we'll go with the winner. Will Team Soda and Team Gatorade be defeated by a crunchy chip? I think so. Come on, chat. Think about it. The baked potato chip should win. It's delicious and scrumptious, and you should try them. And if you haven't, you should. Lay's baked potato chips are pretty nice. Is the brand I'm thinking of? Let me just check. Let me just Google it real quick. I don't actually remember what brand. Google.
Banch gives another membership. Not sorry. He gives $1.
Yeah, it's these ones. Those Lay's ones for $3.98. They have them at Walmart? Too bad there's no Walmart near me. Oh no, $3.98 for a bag of baked Lay's potato chips? Is that a big bag, or is that just like a little baby one?
It was not a 3-way tie, Bean Banch. Rifford gifted 2 memberships.
Yeah, Rifford outnumbers. Now Gatorade is winning. No, Gatorade's losing. Team Gatorade's at $6, and Team Baked Potato Chip is at a glorious 10. Team Gatorade's got a ways to go. They have different flavors of baked potato chips. Oh, they have barbecue and cheddar. Honestly, I think the classic one would be my preferred. They're really good on sandwiches, though. I miss these things. The only time I could ever find them is at Subway. And honestly, I don't really like... Subway's okay. But I ain't going there for a bag, like, overpriced bag of fucking potato chips. That's tiny. Yeah, that's what they look like, chat. Okie dokie, we believe ya.
Big wants to swap his dono to Gatorade instead.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that, you goober. No swapping.
Gives him the membership.
The reason why we don't do that is because what happens is it just screws over like teams that are winning.
I'm not doing it, Spiggles.
Yes, you only have a 60-second window to contest or to switch if you made an error. We do allow for like errors to be corrected, but you have to do it quickly. Green Branch gives a membership. Thank you very much. Very generous. We are now $201 towards tomorrow's goal. Good job, Chatfish. Already on a rock and roll. By the way, I only baked rye chips, says Kevin. Well, Kevin, you get back in your cave where you belong.
Slayfish. Slayfish.
Just like happy, but like woo.
Slavery.
He's got like a little fucking collar around his little whole body, like chained to a wall. He's like whoa. There's a little pickaxe next to him so he can chip away at the rocks and shit.
I mined
Spider Pig gives a membership. My God, he's fighting back. The baked potato chip Gatorade war has begun.
Back wrench. Okay.
Damn, Riffer gives a membership as well. Holy shit, it's happening. The baked potato chip Gatorade war. Team Soda has been defeated. Only because Spider Pig has basically switched sides.
Little treacherous pig.
Betrayed himself. Betrayed himself. You just see a Spider Pig with a knife at its own back. Another Spider Pig behind him.
How could it happen to Spig?
Jake, you have done that yourself. That's what I'm talking about. This is beautiful, chat. It's kind of like got like a little bit of like an H music vibe, you know what I mean? What do you think, chat?
Lo-fi hip-hop to seduce gators too.
Is that what you just fucking made up?
Yeah.
This is an odd war. Does corn profit from this? No, but the baked potato chip industry will appreciate your or the Gatorade industry. I'm not done. It's like Gatorade. Now, which Gatorade flavor would you guys choose? Personally, I'm partial to blue and red. Yeah, I'm vanilla like that.
I like G2 red.
What's that?
Generation 2.
What does that mean? Why is it called Generation 2?
Because it tastes better.
What?
It's a second release of the product.
Fuck, I've never heard of this. You just made this shit up, didn't you, Squealing? You just fucking lied to me.
I'll grab it for you after I allocate
Put
the
it in the stream room right now, you little bigot. Gatorade Generation 2? What the fuck? What is that even? What even is Gatorade Generation 2? Like, they just made like a separate drink and it's called a 2 on it. But they're like, we can't replace the original taste though, because like people will like strangle us.
G2 is a lower calorie, lower sugar sports drink from Gatorade.
So it's worse, is what you're telling me. Less sugar, big cringe.
It tasted better. So I'm not sure what to fucking tell you.
No.
So
No.
I'm posting a 6
no.
and 8 pack of G2
Let's take a look at this
blue
shit.
Gatorade.
Okay, there it is. Okay, I think I've seen this stuff before. I don't really recognize it, honestly. Yeah, it's literally just Gatorade, but it has a little 2 on it. It doesn't look quite as blue, though. It looks kind of like washed out a bit, you know? A little bit, like, watery. Yeah, because it says low calorie there. Gross. Gross. I want my food coloring dye. Put it in there. Give me my cancer food dyes now. Give me my G27A yellow, red, or whatever it is. The one that kills me. The one that kills. Ugh.
I'm sure they're supposed to kill you, Gav.
Well, nothing's supposed to kill you.
Beeford concedes.
Rifford, no! Team Baked Potato Chip, we're in fucking deep shit, boys. Squealy, we are so fucked.
We are so fucked. Mr. Parrish now, that's $5. How much to play the 2002 game I shared with you, Kibbs?
Standard rate. Well, actually, 2 rates.
Like
2 rates. For a short stream with no thumbnail, it's like only $200. For us to set up the time, slate it, and do it, and get that taken care of. The question is, if you want like the traditional, like if you want me to actually play it traditionally with the actual physical copy, then I'm gonna have to research how much the physical copy is. If you want it with a thumbnail and its full time slot, that's now slated to 500 USD. That can be accrued over a period of time. And that will cover a full stream of it, and that will cover basically the artwork for the thumbnail and stuff like that. But if you don't want a thumbnail, you don't have to pay 500, you can pay just 200, which is significantly cheaper. That just pays for the time slot and I do need to double check what the procurement is if you want me to stream the original version of a game, because some original games, like some of those PS1 horror games, are like $400 to $500 or like $1,000. So if, like, it would be better to emulate some things versus using it the traditional means. Versus this week we're going to be doing Metal Gear Solid 1 traditionally on the PlayStation 1 with the traditional graphics. I think I'll just use the PS2 to backwards compatible it because it's got a better controller. Or all at once. What are you talking about? And thank you for the donation. If you want to put that $5 towards that goal right away, we can do that and just add it to the hashtags. Yeah, we can do any game. We can do any game Chatfish wants. If it's like NSFW games, you know the rules. It's got to be streamed in the Discord. I will record it and archive it, and you can download the VOD whenever. Just like the furry shades of gay stuff, and it will be incredibly lewd. It's on abandonware? Alright, then there's no extra procurement. So just this, if you want the cheapest for us to stream it, $200. If you want the full weight of it, $500 for a thumbnail and everything. Choice is yours. And you can start putting stuff towards it and slowly chipping away towards it. Or whatever you want to do. Maybe ask Chatfish for help. Stuff like that. Alright. Where were we on the donor war? Get back to where we were. Let's see. Baked potato chips is at $25. While Gatorade slipped ahead by a whole dollar. Team Gatorade stands at $26, while Team Baked Potato Chip stands at $25. Will anybody come to the aid of Team Baked Potato Chip?
Did concede.
I know he did back out. I'm still allowing the chance for a hero. I need a hero. He's gotta be brave and he's gotta be fast and gotta like baked potato chips. But yeah, so hopefully it's not anything like MechWarrior 2. MechWarrior 2 is possible for me to get running. It's just always a pain in the ass. Because some games, because of how their old graphic system work, they get really jank. Though post 2000s is usually fine. It's usually like any early 3Ds, like 2000s and before a little. Oh, those can be a bit of a fucking headache. Even the early ones, like 2000s to 2005 and 6, that's rough. But usually the further you go in, that's when games start to mellow out and become easier and easier to play. With less and less graphical problems when getting them to function on modern systems. Alright chat, it seems baked potato chips have been defeated. Our potato chips are now empty, chat. Our bag thoroughly crinkled, devoid of any crunchy goodness. The Gatorades have overwhelmed our baked potato trenches. It's over, chat. The Lay's Corporation has been conquered by Gatorade. Like, what the fuck? The corporate wars was not Taco Bell. It was Gatorade v Lay's. Gatorade v Lay's. Okay, I scratch my nose. There we go. Alright, so Gatorade is a huge fucking... I'm a huge fucking idiot. I'm going to get a sports drink. I'm gonna try to impress that Gator girl.
See, I drink you like this Gatorade. Even got your name in the thing.
Let's see. I pick out a few other brands, and I recognize enough to tide me over. It's just Gatorade. It's Gatorade, chat. We picked Gatorade. I been to pick up the bags from the dispenser slot. You picked up Gatorade. What do you mean, bags of Gatorade? It's very weird. That green chick's looking at me. She notices me gazing at her and hunches over again hurriedly. What's that all about? She was checking us out. Right, making new friends. I buy a few extra sodas for the table. Trying to impress him. Carrying everything back in both arms, I place them on an empty spot, sliding a can of soda to Damien. He looks at me like I had just tossed him a gold bar. Whoa, dude! The Dilo boy's mouth opened wide as he chomps at the bottom of the can, just his fangs piercing the thin metal, and spraying its contents down his gullet. Damn, wasteful. I toss some over to Olivia as well. She eyes it as though it were a booby-trapped before taking a bag of chips. Damn it! She got the baked Lays! Ah! Damien sighs happily as he chucks the shredded remains of his can away. Caffeine ambrosia. What were we talking about before? Olivia's art, right. She's really good. Inky like, you wouldn't believe. Can he at least stick to a nickname? Really? Oh, totally. She's like won awards and stuff. She has? Can I see them? In fact, I could snap some glamour shots for you. No need, dude. I've already got pictures on my phone. No, I mean, hold on. I picked my backpack up from the floor, unzipping it and retrieving my beloved camera from it. I'm actually into photography. The Dino Man reaches for the well-aged DSLR, and on an instinct, I swat his hand away. Hey! Sorry, force of habit. What do you think, Olivia? She eyes me up and down, checking me out, with a frowned brow, but still slightly excited. Like, what? This is screaming. I'm gonna drink this bottle of Gatorade like I'm drinking straight out of that Gatussi, says Bino. There's a reason why Bino's not allowed in here anymore, and that's why. Aren't you the guy that ate dirt in gym yesterday? Yep, no. I shoot Damien a quick dirty glance before turning to look at Olivia. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. It wasn't. And how does everyone seem to know about it? Damien looks aside sheepishly. I may have a hand in spreading the story around. I thought it was funny. Don't worry, though. Everyone has some embarrassing story. One time I got my frill stuck in the bathroom stall. I didn't need to know that. It took him an hour to get it out. See, everybody's got something. Olivia pops a chip into her jaws, stealing my baked potato chips. Her face... Not letting it go, chat. We're gonna commit. I'm not a weld anymore. Bino, you must be punished. He's like, eep. Her face looking out to nowhere, as if she's thinking of something. Damien leans close to me. One of his frills extends to hide from Olivia. Dude, I haven't seen her talk this much during lunch since last year. She said 3 things, and one of them was a grunt. Why the secrecy? It's like a secret meeting. Those are cool. Uh-huh. But yeah, this is something else. She's really warming up to you, I can tell. He sits back down properly. Honestly, this whole thing is a little creepy. She's probably not a bad person to talk to, but Damien isn't helping any. As eager as I am to make new friends this year, this is definitely not how I thought it would pan out. Maybe it's the best that I get through lunch as quickly and quietly. You're an idiot. At least I have a spot to sit during lunch. Not like I have any other option. What?
I remember the previous protagonist's name. His name was Anon.
Yep. This one takes itself, I think, a little more seriously, but I'm not entirely sure. Ah, there you are, Inko. A voice rings out to greet me, which catches our attention. I see a familiar bespectacled face walk over to us with a lunch tray in his hands. Glad to see that you made it to lunch this time. Oh, hey, Ben. I'm guessing you and Inky here already met. Introduced myself after I bumped into him the other day. Speaking of bumps, you should have seen Inky here yesterday. Damien lets out a cackle and slaps me on the back, igniting the gym pains in my body and almost knocking my glasses off. Ben gives a concerned half smile. This must be my eternal torment for the rest of the semester. Yeah, about yesterday. Ben looks down the aisle of chatting students and signals to someone with his head. Standing 10 feet away from us is an imposing-looking dinosaur girl with blonde hair, crimson scales, and sporting a fiery red leather jacket. Ben motions for her to come closer with a soft smile on his face and nod, and she smiles back, though her own is noticeably strained. Okay, I'm here. She slowly makes her way over, and I notice how some of the students begin to quiet down as she passes them by. She's a shark girl. Ooh, Chet, she's a bad girl, Chet. Chet, ooh. I don't know why, but I'm not very intimidated, but...
It's a fucking Scaley.
It's like everyone's like, oh boy, and she's super tough. She's got a spiky jacket. It's like, oh, spiky jacket.
She's a biker. And
so scared. Wife. Shut up, Bino. As she gets closer, her intense presence invades me, and even though we're about the same height, I feel like an ant about to get crushed under her boot. Somewhere in me, a synapse connects her face to me, tasting bright red rubber yesterday. I really wish it hadn't. Inko, Mia here has something to say to you. Mia stays silent, but strides the last couple steps rigidly to stand right in front of me. She sucks in the air through her teeth. Sorry. The corner of the girl's lips start to rise. I didn't mean to knock your lights out. Behind her, I notice Ben wincing. The girl lets out a laugh and lays an arm around my shoulder, her smile growing wide once more. Heat creeps along my face as her muzzle nears my ear, especially when a puff of hot air blows into by my lobe. The heat is torn away, though when I feel her fingers dig roughly into my shoulder and her sharp hiss of a whisper scrapes my eardrum. That ball was me being nice baldly. Screw the class. Over again and I'll fucking end you. Nodding in understanding, Mia pushes away from me with a small cheer. See, all clear now, Benny boy. Mia, that's not quite... Ah, boo, you know how I am. Her eyes flutter as she looks his way. Yes, I know, but... You promised you would be... nicer, I know, and I was. So I'll be seeing you later tonight, Benny. Just like we promised. Damn, he's getting that fucking pussy. Bike and Kiwi, come here. He's like, no. Son Grinch, you do as well. I would set them both on my desk. I can make them kiss.
Beano gooning and shit.
I'd help her bully the wheelchair dinos if she asked for help. Wifeosaurus sex, says Beano. Beano is full-blown degen.
Yes.
Shut up, Dragonclaw. You're a Scalie, and I'm not. You are. Your name's Dragonclaw, Scalie.
It's in your name. True.
Yeah, hypocrite. She's like, well, don't be a chatfish about it. Don't be a chatfish. She waves us off collectively and backs into the crowd, vanishing before either of us could fully process her words and actions. Damien nudges my side. Dude, I think she likes you. Ben sighs. Sorry about that, Inko. I heard earlier about what happened at PE and connected the dots. Mia comes off as rough around the edges, but she's actually really sweet. I'll talk to her about it more later. You and her, yeah, since the start of high school. The classic jock and nerd pairing. Sounds like you're living the dream. You know it. But yeah, I'm sorry, your first impression of her isn't ideal. It's fine, it was just dodgeball. Not like she was looking to do something. Yeah. A Damien? Damien looks up from the rest of his meal, having selectively heard his name. Could you not spread rumors around about your fellow classmates? No worries, Nico and I are cool. That still doesn't make it right. Sure, yes sir, yeah. He gives Ben a lazy salute. Ben merely sighs as he places his tray on the table and makes himself comfortable on the next seat next to me. As he settles in, Ben notices my camera still out on the table. Oh, is this your camera, Inko? Huh? Oh, yeah. I was showing it to Damien and Olivia earlier. May I? I feel my instincts kick in for a moment before remembering that Ben also works with a camera. Sure, have a look. I watch as Ben gingerly picks up my camera and gives it a thorough inspection. I must say, as far as a standard DSLR goes, yours is very good quality. It's nothing too special, really, just something I picked up a while back. Well, you have good taste in camera models. He hands me back my camera, to which I place it back on my backpack. Thanks. With something like that, it'd be easy to get some great shots. Well, I do have a small collection in my portfolio drive. A portfolio? Aw, man, I'd only just got mine a month ago. I bet you've got like a dozen pieces to choose from for the New Year's art contest. The what? He missed that announcement. What announcement? The school has an annual art contest at the start of every new year. The winners get a small cash prize, but the bigger prize is the fact that the winner's piece is submitted for publication in a couple big-time magazines. Gator Girl slipped away! Oh. Oh, wow. That sounds awesome. Of course, that also means a lot of students plan ahead and work all summer for something to submit. Did you do anything for it, Ben? You know it. Well, good luck, Liz. Liz said she turned in the perfect piece yesterday. Okay, now I'm interested. Finally, a chance to show my real skill at something I'm good at. Hey, Olivia, could help you out with shots, with your shots and her art. You two could totally win, right, Olivia? Olivia. We all turn our heads to Olivia, only to realize that she had disappeared. When did she leave? Confused, I scan around the cafeteria, and my eyes manage to spot her through the crowds of students. She's rolling away towards the cafeteria doors, and quickly. Just like that, I lose sight of her as fast as I had seen her. I turn to look at Damien and Ben. Damien not only looked puzzled, but also disappointed for some reason. Ben, meanwhile... Well, he almost looks annoyed that Olivia left. Guess she hasn't changed. So it seems. The venomous sting to his words makes me feel like there's more going on than I'm aware of. I decide not to try to pry into it, and instead bring the conversation back. Well, I still want to try. You can upload your submission on the school's website. Oh, then I'll need an account. You don't have one? Don't think so. I've been told they'll get me that stuff by the end of the week. Sounds about right. Truthfully, it takes maybe 5 minutes at most to deal with that. Then why wait? Why the wait? Nobody wants to deal with it. Guess I'll wait then. Ben scratches the side of his head. I think there's someone in Stuco that can help you out, actually. It's the treasurer duty day today. So that's where Liz ended up. I don't know any names, so maybe? Guess I'll meet Liz sooner, rather than later. Think I'll take care of that before lunch is over then. See you in class, Ben. Sure thing. Later, Damien. Deuces, man. Tell Liz I said hi. I grab some of the leftover snacks from the table and my backpack and head out of the cafeteria. Finally, I can show off my skills, show that I'm still just as capable an artist as anyone else here.
I like how the girl bound in a wheelchair is somehow very stealthy and very quick.
Yeah, you better kill her. Oh no. And that's what the computers kind of looked like when I left school. Like they were starting to upgrade them because they didn't have the box monitors.
My desktops at work look exactly like those.
The computer lab is an offshoot from the room of our library. As for the library itself, aside from the expected emphasis on anatomy drawings, guides, and the like, it's pretty standard. Not to brag, but the school I was at for my freshman and junior year had a library with 2 floors. Probably should have read a thing or two with all those resources. I'm getting off topic. The computer lab is the focus. The calm tranquility of the library is overtaken by the organized sterility of the lab. 40 standardized sets of computers and monitors line the wall, forming a panopticon around the desk, reserved for the teacher in the middle. I remember them being organized differently in elementary school, but for a few years now, I've just been seeing this formation. Sounds to me like someone got caught one too many times working on more risque art pieces. The monitors are all turned on, but only one's logged in. Weird, there's nobody here. Damien and Ben had said Liz would be here, though maybe she's in the bathroom. I'm not one to pry and snoop around, but I'm really pressed for time here. On screen, I see an open PDF and documents. They look finance-related and filled with abbreviations and jargon I don't understand. Maybe I can figure out how to create my account on my own. Oh my god. It's a brachiosaur or some shit. What are you doing? Ah! Haunted high school. I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, thank Christ. It's just a dino girl with an extremely long neck, Bino's like, whoa! Not a
Bino
specter.
like you.
Not really. What were you doing to the fiscal report I was working on? I didn't do anything. Oh my fucking god. I've been working. Jesus fucking Christ, Chatfish. Oh no, Bino's in chat. Bino. He's like, another wife. I've been working on that all day. Why did you touch it? I didn't. I only minimized it, I swear. Right, I'm here for a reason. Are you Liz? The Brachiosaurus furiously reopens all her windows, and for a while she types out some information before acknowledging me again. Excuse me? Damien told me about you. Oh god, Joe. What do we say
Who
to him?
sent you? Benjamin Adam Ian. Yes, I saw Ray. I don't know if we can show that though. You should also be posting that in the Bino Bazaar.
Also, Bino, do not mention things off stream topic. That is a 5-minute
No,
timeout
it's
for you.
no. It was related to stream.
Yes, but that can't be showed on stream, can it?
Fan art, but doesn't show anything.
Distracting
necessarily.
outside of stream. 5-minute timeout.
Okay. Kill Bino.
Next time is a day ban, Bino. We're gonna crack down on co-hosts. They have to actually obey the rules. Don't obey the rules, there will be punishments. You'll be trained or you will be punished.
Yes.
Blowy from the other rooms. Bend over sent me. Shut up, Plague, you sick fuck. Chatfish are just super turned on by this, like, holy shit. Alucard Grayson says he's fucking got the hots for her, and that this is his favorite waifu. He's like, yeah, I fucking love this one.
Like, Blowy from the other room.
Now, chat, whoever we sell, I think Ben is our best bet, but saying Damien sent us might, you know, have lower expectations. Unless she has the hots for Damien's. Then we're not so bad.
Damien's a cool guy, I think. Ben's a nerd.
No, why do you say that? I mean, he is, though.
And she probably respects the nerd more. Probably.
Her neck is huge.
Well,
I can't quite get over that.
I can't help but notice you got very long neck. Like the longest neck I've ever seen.
Chatfish have decided in favor of saying that Ben sent him. Ben sent me. Albine is dead? Smiley face. I wanted to submit something for that art contest going on, but I don't have my school login info yet. Ben told me you'd be able to help. Ben, huh? Well, Ben and Damien. She mumbles something beneath her. I mean, all the choices are in this game fake. It's more about the narrative about what we do. The chips and Gatorade war were more interesting because it was like actually something serious. Like, seriously, baked potato chips is actually a legit question. It's not even... This is serious shit.
You're revealing your hand, Gibbs.
Just like the cookie sandwich war. Most valuable decision in that game.
Cookies or sandwiches.
Chatfish, big philosophical thinkies. Chatfish are not as committed to Gatorade versus cookies or baked potato chips. They will say the popular choice for Chatfish was they want their chippies. They want their
chippies.
She mumbles something beneath her breath and turns her head back to me. Yeah, I'm Liz. Also, Bina, we'll need to talk after stream because you need to be punished. Whoa.
And beaten to death.
Inko. But yeah, I'm new here, so I need an account. Not a problem at all. Liz sits down and cracks her knuckles as she starts typing away at the keyboard. Alright. Oh my god, she looks so derpy. I'll see if I can get that done for you. And a flourishing display of spreadsheets. She's typing. It's trying to simulate that she's like working on a keyboard. In a flourishing display of spreadsheet software experience, Liz navigates and organizes several documents in seconds. I've always had the general idea that there was a lot of shortcuts and commands, but yeesh, she's resourceful. So yeah, oh fucking wrong button. Ah! So you're an artist too? Since you want to enter the contest so bad. Oh yeah, I'm a photographer. Yeah, how are you liking it here so far? Well, students here usually jump to asking about what they're graduating here for, so they can more easily form connections and collaborate, so excuse me if I might be going too fast. No, not at all. I'm a bit more at ease now that you just explained it. It's pretty good, although. I feel bad about missing most of the first day. It's not a big deal. Guess not. Although, truth be told, I see those paintings framed in the hallway by the principal's office, and it does put a bit of a rein on my parade. Oh, those? Yeah, I get what you mean. I think it's like that by design, honestly. Something about breaking the students' egos. Then you end up wanting to improve like crazy so you can reach your goals. At least that's what happened to me. I'm planning on going to university and getting degrees in design and business. And that's just the start. I'm also starting to become an apprentice for art dealings, getting the right paintings for the right people. My tutors said I'm impressive, though I should start enrolling for any and all of the important universities around the country I'd like. Wow. I mean, I'm also pretty well off myself, but it never occurred to me that I should be this ambitious. Well, thank you. What about you? I'm going to be an influencer blogger and be crazy popular. Hey chat, Influencer Kib here. Today we're going to be talking about why you're all stinky little guys and I'm not stinky.
I couldn't think of a more degenerate lifestyle. An influencer.
Chatfish, you need to do philosophical thinkies here, okay? You have 3 big philosophical thinkies. This vote defines who you are as a fish.
Become Kib, do photography, or I don't know.
I don't know. That sounds like the best answer.
I don't know what I want to do with my life, but I want to do something.
Fucking, oh my god.
Said every teenager ever.
That's just how it be sometimes. You just don't quite know.
And there's the kids who know exactly what they want to be, and then they don't get to be what they want to be. Because it just doesn't work out. And then they're forever sad. Currently, Chatfish are wanting to say, I don't know, me fish. With
Also,
become Kib.
To elaborate, because I think Sturmrat's overreacting a bit here, we have a new rule policy that every co-host is now aware of, and Bino broke it. So it's not that we did that arbitrarily. Everybody here has to adhere to a certain rule set. Even Squealy knows that. Fuzzy knows that too. And we talked about this, basically, because one of the big things is that guests must adhere to the rules. 1, you must be focused on stream. 2, you must not distract fellow guest mates, and you must make sure that you're on topic. And if you break these rules, you're going to be put into a timeout, and it's nothing serious. So, I shouldn't have to explain this to you, Stormrat, because you're not supposed to actually know that, because it's none of your business, but because you're making a big stink out of it, that's what's happening. Bino's not actually in any considerable trouble, but Bino did break the rules, and we do have to punish him, because he has to get back in line. He's not allowed in here until he does that, nor is any other guest until they fulfill their new guest tests, because everybody must adhere to the new rules. This is basically something that we've been basically talking about for the entirety of streaming. Something we agreed upon in the development room. We all know that this is how we're going to behave from now on. So, yeah, that's that. But if you guys do any sort of meddling like that kind of stuff, like Sturmrat, I'm going to say I have a zero tolerance policy for that. So just be forewarned. Managing or micromanaging studio behavior and stuff like that is not okay. Shouldn't have to mention that. But if you try to insert yourself into our operations like that, you're going to find yourself with a boot. I have to say it because I have to say it. Too many people try to meddle in things they can't meddle in. You're not allowed to meddle in studio affairs. Put Bino in more trouble, sister, huh? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Bino has to have a talking to after stream. Because Bino needs to be talked to. So does Rapier. So does Squealy. So does Hands. So does Fuzzy. So does Bucky.
I've never done anything wrong.
So does Bond, because technically Bond broke the rules too. Bond got in trouble today as well, because she also broke the rules. Which again, we do have to talk to her. And to be fair, she wasn't there for the meeting, so she kind of missed it. So she didn't get slapped.
I think we should make Bino our scapegoat, and you have to talk to him repeatedly multiple times.
Yes, but I do have to mention it, because when somebody throws a tantrum like what Sturmrat did, I kind of have to address it. Because otherwise, like, it's just going to get out of hand.
Well, Sturmrat's also not here.
Yeah, no, he already waddled away. Like, I don't care. Like, it's more about informing all the chatfish about how we handle things. You guys know this. But don't meddle. Because like I said 1,000 times, if you meddle in things, you're going to get yourself in trouble. If you have a genuine concern, you can feel free to talk to me about it. But you may not meddle. Do not be nosy, do not be drama queens, and do not get involved in drama. Anyone who does that does not have my sympathy, nor do you have any ground to stand on. Because we have these agitators before in the past do stuff. All the time! Rules are rules. I know, Type Zeta. I shouldn't have to say it, but I need to. Because every time any of this stuff ever happens, somebody will like start lambasting or attacking or brigading somebody on the team. And I can't allow that. I have to be strict. And if you do something like that, I'm gonna have to drag you out in the public and fucking humiliate you in front of the cold classroom.
Vlog you in the street. Make sure like it all gets on camera. It's just how it is.
But yes, because we create a specific community here. If you're part of the community, you're part of the Bucketfish, that's great. If you're here just like Alucard is, for just hanging out and having a fun time in the stream, that's fine. But we don't cater to you. We only cater to chatfish. People can enjoy the stream, but they have to be, you know, participating. Now, I do like how she's bobbing up and down. So back to the game. Enough of this. Little shilly nonsense.
Looks like you're gonna be saying, I don't know.
It does. I don't know. Me fish. So it apparently seems that chatfish are big fish. I don't know, but it's going to be big. Well, it's something. At least more than a lot of people here. What do you mean? Like half the school may as well just be in a daycare. Sorry if that sounds rude. We've got these school programs and even industry professionals coming in for lectures, but it's like some people are here just because their friends happen to be here too. No big plans, it seems. Yeah? Wait, you mean like Damien? Yeah, I shouldn't have mentioned it. He's still cool though, don't get me wrong. I hope me talking about him to you like this doesn't come across as douchey. Okay. He's definitely the friend type. He even partnered with me in gym class and dragged me along to sit with him at lunch. Is that so? Yeah, he was really excited about it too. And then he introduced you to Olivia as well and tried to break the ice so she can come out of her shell. Yeah, how do you know? She still has her tail up, shameless. Oh my god. Disgusting! Oh boy, I'm sorry about that, Inko. Reverend gifts a membership. Thank you very much, good sir, for your generous gifted membership. What is Damien messing with me? Or what, is Damien messing with me? No, Damien is great. He's just maybe a little too eager. If he considers you a friend to him, he'll want you to be our friend too. Specifically, he'll want you to be Olivia's friend. What's wrong with that? Nothing at all. But you've seen Olivia. You can probably tell she's a bit unresponsive. Doesn't really like to talk to anyone, not even Damien. So you can definitely try to be her friend, but just know that she'll most likely ignore you. You don't like Olivia? What? No. I do, she's fine. I guess I sit with her during lunch, after all. And I'm sure you'll get along with us just fine. And hey, I'd love to see Olivia make a friend. Just don't get too invested trying to get her to warm up to you. Damien will always be down to hang out. though, and I certainly don't mind. It's just that him and Olivia are nigh inseparable, so if the deal turns you off, then it's not your fault either. There's history to that warning. Inseparable? So they're like girlfriend and boyfriend? No. They just like live in the same house. Oh. Damien's also just incredibly patient and outgoing. I envy him. She's got the hots for Damien, I think. But yeah, he would like nothing more than everyone getting along like the best buddies. Unless you're like Damien and you can be pleasant to a brick wall forever, your time is probably better spent elsewhere. So, how serious are you about your ambitions? Pretty serious, I think. Liz nods. Something to keep in mind then. It's a struggle, but like Damien says, we gotta keep trying, right? Liz gives me a half-hearted smile, but she still seems sad about something. Anyway, sorry for talking your ear off about private matters. You still want to get that submission turned in? She stops for a second on one tab to scan something. And got it. She motions her head to the back of the room at the printer as it hums to life. I get up and get the paper. Both my username and password here are strings of numbers. I take a snapshot of the username and password so I won't have to remember it. Thanks. Anyways, you should hurry. Lunch is ending soon.
Like he takes a picture of his password, right?
Yeah.
But eventually you will just memorize those things.
I know. Right, according to the time display on the monitor, I've only got 10 minutes left. I followed the instructions on the printout and finally getting to the student hub of the site. And thankfully, the art contest is displayed prominently across it. Clicking through the couple of links, I finally find the submission instruction. It's simply a matter of putting my entry details as the name of the file and dragging it into the school's shared drive. Plugging in my portable portfolio hard drive, I create a copy of my magnum opus. Then a quick rename, drag it here, and just in time. I take the extra minute to safely undock my hard drive and then log off the computer. Looking back to Liz, she's completely wrapped up in her work. Don't think interrupting her is a good idea, especially after what she said about Olivia in our own time. I opt to simply leave her be, heading out of the room and the library for class. After all, it's time for the class I'd been looking forward to most. This day is certainly turning out better than yesterday. Hope I didn't just jinx it for myself.
And then he did jinx it for himself.
My nerves had been acting up when I first stepped back into the classroom. Made even worse when I was hit with another flashbang. After my 20 other classmates had finished laughing, Mr. Latican made a show of waving a freshly taken photo from a fancy fold-up camera from the 70s. I dubbed this portrait Dietwant Sans Pose. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just gonna butcher it. Fuck you. After he thumbtacked the short on a corkboard filled with a poor snapshot of everyone else, Mr. Ladakin assured me and sat me right next to Ben. He managed to sum up his syllabus in under a minute, instead of taking the majority of the time to go over our first lesson and assignment on exposure and lighting. With each new light fixture he brought out and explained, I felt my mind swirl faster with the new possibilities of old shots. If only I had that then, or if I could have used that there. Now that you've had a small taste of it, we'll start on your first photography assignment, proper lighting. I'm salivating at the thought. Mr. Ledikin had just finished his first lesson, where he'd handed out all sorts of equipment to look over. It's the first time I've handled some of these things, like the enormous box light that was still taking up the entirety of my desk. Remember, though, that these are just tools meant to enhance the photo. You can highlight a turd all you want, it's still a turd. The crude language guarantees a chortle from a few half-listening students. The teacher looks over to the clock and hums. Well, I see we managed to finish this lecture a tad bit early. Why don't you all take these last 10 minutes to compare notes, maybe even consider doing the assignment as a collab piece with a classmate? The room is quick to fill with the sound of chatter. I wonder if I... Hey! I turn to Ben to see his eager grin. Do you want to do a joint piece, since you don't know any good spots in the school and all? I pull out the assignment sheet from beneath the lightweight light on my desk and give it a quick scan again. Present a set of photos demonstrating your understanding of proper lighting. You are allowed to borrow one lighting tool and must take the shot on school premises. And I swear I've handed out this assignment for years now. If one more student just takes a picture of the hallway outside the classroom, I'm going to personally throw them over the railing. Be original, please. I've got the perfect place for it. If we work together, we can use 2 items. The offer is too tempting. Sure. I hold out my hand and Ben takes it and shakes it, sealing the pact. My face is feeling weird from all the smiling today. But in truth, I'd been enjoying Mr. Latikin's class so much that I couldn't stop. It feels like I've the entire world to gain from Mr. Latikin's lesson. And the entire world to explore, seeing as ever since the move I hadn't had time to actually explore the Volcadera Bluffs. Ugh. My gosh.
What does the teacher actually teach, by the way?
Photography.
Okay.
At least I believe so. Sure, on occasion, I go out on my own to parks and stuff, but who doesn't? Besides, it'd be pretty lame photographer if I didn't go out and find stuff to photograph. And you know what? I've been meaning to do a little looking around here. So to everyone else, this assignment makes them have to explore the school, but I get to pretty sweet deal if I do say so myself. The hall outside the classroom is only one major photo op between that and the murals outside. I'm certain to find something cool. No, the murals won't work on their own. Since it was my first thought to use them, that means it's likely someone else's first thought. I need to think outside the box a bit. Think of some way to use the school's architecture to my advantage in a way that... Inko! My thoughts are disrupted by a worried-looking Ben. Maybe you should see a doctor. Man, head injuries are no laughing matter. I'm fine. What were you saying? I was asking how you were doing. You know, with school and classes now? Oh, right. Doing good. Really good, actually. I'm in class that I'm 100% enjoying and starting to make some genuine friendships. Compared to the disaster of yesterday, today has been astoundingly positive. That's good to hear. Yeah, I've even got some friends now. Great. Oh, and what about your art submission? Was Liz able to help? There's something nibbling at the corner of my thoughts at the mention of the long-necked girl. Yeah, she gave me my login stuff and everything. Uploading the submission was a piece of cake after all. Awesome, though that does make you competition now. Both Liz and I have pieces in the running too. She told me she had submitted something. Yeah, I'm a bit scared, a bit concerned, since I didn't have as much time at all to prepare anything but, hey, everyone's got a chance, you never know. Yeah, she was pretty cool about it too. That whole friend group is pretty welcoming. I think I'm pretty lucky. Lucky? Ben seems perplexed by my statement. You said something at lunch when Olivia vanished. I'm noticing for a silent paraplegic, she sure has a lot of people upset. You got some hidden drama with her too? No, not really. Wait, two? Who? Latikin calls out to us, striding over to inspect. I take it you gentlemen are conversing about your assignment together? Of course, Mr. Latikin. We were discussing where we'd take our picture, right, Ben? Well, that's good then. Good thing you guys weren't talking about something off topic like gossip. That would be pretty embarrassing use of your time off the bat, I think. Especially considering you're currently the subject of some fairly humorous gossip, aren't you, Mr. Nito? I'm awash in a wave of shame from his words. I look at Ben. God, these teachers are so fucking nosy. What the fuck? I look at Ben and I can see his face, feel it as well. If the air around someone needs clearing, clear it out, clear it yourself. Latikin has a point. Maybe once a friendship is established, I can learn more about her. Alright, off you go now, and remember to get your assignment done by the end of the week. The room empties out slowly, most of my peers still chatting and discussing their plans for the assignment. Before I can continue talking with Ben about our own project, the StuCo president is already packed up and exiting the room. Guess we'll talk later then. Packing up my own notebook, I wave goodbye to my new favorite teacher and head off to my next class. Walking into history class for the first time, and it's about what I expect it to look like. Pictures of historical figures, small relics from various regions, and cartography of the Earth during its stages of continental drift. Though I notice that there's a distinct lack of a teacher in the class. Must be finishing up their lunch, I assume. Well, better get a good seat now before they're all taken. Eeny, meeny, miny, this one. I settle myself into my chosen desk and pull out my history book and notebook along with a pencil. As the classroom fills with more and more students, it becomes a blur of vibrant. A few minutes pass, and I'm still wondering where the teacher is. The suddenness of the door slamming stops any and all noise. It's quiet enough to hear a pin drop. The figure walks into the classroom and... oh, sweet heaven, no. He stands there and stares down at everyone menacingly. He's the history teacher, too? Thanks for walking me to my classroom, Solly. Of course, Miss Brockling. Oh, thank Raptor Jesus. He isn't our teacher. The Raptor woman adjusts her glasses as she scans around the room, before looking down at the paperwork in her hands. Looks like we'll have some late arrivals, but let's get down to business. I know that I introduced myself yesterday, but for any of those who weren't here, her momentary glance at me makes me believe that Solly told her about my absence. My name is Miss Brockling, and this is history class. In this course, we'll be learning about the history of our primeval ancestors, and their advancements through history. You can even say that it'll be like going back in time. Doesn't that sound exciting? Despite her admittedly forced enthusiasm, everyone in class responds with uninterested murmuring. Not sure why, though. That all sounds exciting. She walks over to her desk and places down her pile of folders before flipping open her own special version of the history book. With the click of a button, she also turns on the projector to reveal prepared slideshow for today's lecture. To learn about the extensive history of Saurians and their culture is something I've yearned for. If you can turn your book to page 36, we'll begin, with the first chapter detailing the earliest interaction between Saurians and hominids. Oh, that sounds interesting. Gee, it's Pollen. Come here, Kiwi, you little shit, and Beano. Like, oh, just put them into a blender. And
I think as far as characters go, I like the monkey, because monkey. What about you, Kib? What's your favorite character?
I think Solly is probably the strongest character. The other characters are okay, but it's... how do I put it? Like, none of them are particularly charismatic in this game. At least from my opinion so far. It's fairly average in terms of like character impressions.
It feels like slice of life. That's what I'm getting from the game.
It's a bit slice of life. Like, it's a bit more calming of a story, and there's not like too much going on. The drama's pretty, the tension's pretty low. Like, it's not like anything crazy, right? Like, the worst thing that happens is dodgeball. But yeah, as far as the characters, I don't find them particularly charismatic.
Yeah, very interesting.
I think Snoot Game had a bit more charisma because it had a bit more of that 4chan cringe. Snoot Game wasn't particularly good, but it was kind of like charmingly bad. So it kind of like works,
It's got the same charisma that Spaceballs has, I feel.
Wait, is it the same devs as Snoot Game?
It feels like it. Like, the character looks
I think they peaked with Snoot Game. Is this actually the same devs? Yeah, because I think the issue here is that because they've kind of taken themselves seriously, they kind of just became the medium. I mean, again, if there's a market for it, there's a market for it. Great, people enjoy it, and that's awesome. But for me particularly, it doesn't really strike me as, like, crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just very calm. Neither hold a candle to Nep 3. They are the same devs. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of feeling like the art here is more or less very similar, so I was expecting it, like they had hired the same artist due to popularity, but then I also noticed that they had a animation budget here. And also the name I Want to Huggy That Gator. Like, it's very what I would call
Similar to
meme
this.
like naming. But here they seem to be taking themselves even more seriously. Like, there's less jokes so far, and that's not bad. It's a different take. This is for people who are more serious about this kind of medium, I think.
The visual novel medium, yeah.
I don't think they're parodying a game here. I don't really feel like this is a parody. I don't feel like it's particularly funny.
Like,
It has
Snoop Game was
satirical
specifically a parody that was trying to
Yeah, Goodbye Volcano High.
redeem, I guess, the characters of Volcano High. I don't know what the word would be.
Well, it's not just redeem, but it was also like taking the piss out of like a studio that was kind of corrupt, and that had become very narcissistic with itself. Because we had played Goodbye Volcano High, and Goodbye Volcano High just really sucks. It's just boring. But Snoot Game was a little bit more charming and had more charisma. This is the original IP. Yeah, I can kind of sense that. I mean, it's great that they're actually producing stuff, and it's good that they're finding success. More developers being successful is a net positive. And no matter how you slice it, even though it's not my cup of tea, that's a good thing. But now that I think I've kind of mellowed out a bit, I do think if chat wants more of this, chat will have to fund it and show more interest in it. But I think I'm going to wrap it here because it is kind of one of those games where I have to read a lot. So I'm probably going to wrap this here
If
until
we
there's more
stream
interest.
this again, it'll probably have to have the co-host reading the other characters.
Or something like that.
So it's not just you reading the entire time.
Maybe attempt a little voice acting.
Wrong, Alucard. It's not a lot of words to say it's boring. Those words I have actually carry merit and meaning. If you don't understand it, then you aren't listening. You aren't listening to a word I'm saying. Ugh, goobers. Attention deficit disorder. You have it. Go get it treated. But yeah, we'll be popping in the Discord into the Kip-Size Bucket for after stream hangout. Come on and join us over there. And this will conclude this, unless it's funded more. If not, no worries. We'll just move on and consider it completed. Goodbye.